All right, team. Freaky Friday. It is Freaky Friday. We are back. All right, last day of the week. Let's make it a good one, all right? As always, make sure you come to the charts with that right mental and physical attitude. If you shouldn't be here, if you've had a blow-up day yesterday, or I don't know, if you've been on tilt, if you've got stuff going on with your family which is interfering with you, just back off the charts today, all right? If you want to join, be here and watch, but don't be giving your week back because you've had some form of tilt or whatever it is, all right? So just be aware of that. All right, let's get into this. Daily chart remains in what? It remains in this uptrend. Definitely a grindy uptrend, but we've seen it do it before, haven't we? It looks familiar because we've done it before where we just go in this walk up with the 5-day until eventually we have something close to a 20-day pullback and then we continue it again. All right, the range though is getting smaller and smaller and smaller. You can see these were like pretty big, expansive candles up here into the top Bollinger Band, and we had a decent 3-day pullback before continuing. Now, I would say the ATR on this is getting smaller and smaller and smaller. Wednesday was a decent day. Most of that was done in Globex. Yesterday, the pullback we talked about happened, and guess where we found a bid? Right, my level was 180s. We did wash beneath that for all of 1 minute, but you can see right here, right, this big RBS level and the 5-day moving average, and we caught a bid off it. We have got a little bit of room to the top Bollinger, not a lot of room to play with. Remember, we don't expect closes outside of the top Bollinger. Very, very rare. Most of the time we come up there, we offer a pullback or we let the 5-day catch up, right? So at the moment, these are all coming to a little bit of a head up here. So I want to be slightly careful of that, but overall bullish, aren't we? Because you can see on the week, here's your weekly range. Wednesday we broke out of it. Thursday we traded back into the midpoint of the weekly range, and now potentially we can find a bid out of it. I don't want to be overly bullish, but we set that move up yesterday. If you were here yesterday on stream, you should have been aware of exactly what we were looking for in the afternoon. Hopefully some of you managed to trade it. Oh, sorry, it looks better there, doesn't it? I had you on the wrong chart. But there you go. You can see what we're looking at. Same. Right, let's move over into these hourlies now. Here we go. All right, so yesterday, like I talked about, was nothing more than a pullback day. When we have these markets, nothing more than a pullback. All right, just fading just underneath that 180s, just underneath the 50 fib, repricing where lots of passive buyers were probably sat down here who didn't get this, right? They're waiting to be picked up here on that move back in, right? Because the main trend, pullback, main trend, pullback. If that's pullback's complete, where do we want to go? Main trend. Have we built liquidity to do that? Absolutely. All right, on Wednesday, this high again was not made in the New York session. If we're going to hold this kind of quasi, right, we're looking for something like this today. All right, if it can hold it. All the time we're printing over the previous day's value, very much like the last 3 days. If we can hold previous day's value was in here. That was the liquidity we created yesterday. Notice under 180, right? Just wicks, nothing else. Right, so there was a long available here in the afternoon. I did get a piece of it. Unfortunately, I lacked the mental capital and patience, to be honest, to hold it all the way up. But I will show you the talk we were having in Discord while it was happening. All right, so now we're looking for the same kind of thing. Can we hold previous day value area high, point of control somewhere around here for that expansion to come and clean up these highs? All right, because this was not made in New York. It was made in London. So if we can do that, or Asia, sorry, if we can do that, fantastic. So we'll be long from here. If it offers an add here, fine. And we will be risk off here. We will take some profits there. And if it wants to go in a squeeze all day, great, we'll have a little piece on. You know, if it really wants to base above here, we can, if it really wants to base above the all-time high and show us a pullback and a hold, we can always add on. But remember, we haven't got too much room based on the Bollinger. So I want to take that trade for 100, 150 points and be happy with my Friday and maybe hold a runner. If we fail previous day value area high, previous day point of control, is there a counter trend short? There is. Am I going to take it? No, because I like it even less than yesterday now because we've already repriced this. Right, so the counter trend short underneath previous day value area high, point of control, maybe they revisit previous day value area low. It's fairly tight in here. You've probably got 60, 70 points to play with. All right, maybe they revisit this and try and bid off it. where does it get more interesting? If they start letting go of previous day value area low and we get heavy, if we feel a shift in the tape, because remember, this really is your range, right? If we cannot sustain a bid above that range and we get heavy in here, then I'm expecting more of a rotation down to previous week value area high. So I am open to the short if we fail yesterday's lows, previous day value area low, and we stay heavy. If there's a break and a retest and this becomes obvious, yes. If we get underneath that for whatever reason, if today is the day they go, hey, the top's in, we're going risk off, okay? If they want to do that, we have clear targets below, all right? We have liquidity from previous week. We have liquidity. We have the old point of control. So a long way down. Right, you're asking a huge amount for those of you looking at that. There are YouTubers looking for that move. You know, not against it, but there's nothing to say we're doing that right now. All right, until it proves otherwise. Remember, we don't trade what we think. We do not trade what we think. Do not be that guy on YouTube picking the top every day for 4 months, saying, "I told you it's going to be a reversal. I told you it's going to be a reversal. Oh, one day you're going to be right, mate. Well done." But every other day you're wrong. So let's just trade what's in front of us right now. What's in front of us is bullish, all right? Bullish move, pullback, reclaim. Can we go higher? That is trade number one. That is what we're looking for, trade number one. If that fails, we can think about the other rotations and the other options, all right? Let's go through the mag and everything. Let's get up here. Let's get this into a 5 minute. You can copy these levels if you need. ES is very much looking the same. If we get lucky today, maybe they'll actually play in unison. So you're looking at the same thing. So you can see big bullish move this week from ES. Trapped buyers at the highs, fail down to the lows. Failed to sweep this area. It's one thing I am aware of. We talked about it yesterday. Failed to sweep. Moved aggressively off it. ES is not as bullish. We're much closer to this area where we found buyers yesterday. So I'd say that 7772 where we found a bid is key. It needs to find acceptance back above, well, 996 really. It's got to find acceptance back here. All right, so that's the one thing I am aware of. This can be liquidity to be used to go lower on ES. This does not look as good as NQ. So if it wants to come back down and break here, it might be the one that pulls the Q. So we do need to watch that. I am going to be aware of that. Right, let's go through the VIX and the MAG. By the way, you can use the ETFs. They're very, very clean right now to see the key levels. You can go over those in a moment if you want. So VIX, same thing, still in that dreaded range we've been in for weeks and weeks and weeks and weeks and weeks now. Right, it cannot sustain a bid above sort of 17, and we're just getting trapped in here over and over and over and over again. Nothing's changed on the VIX, right? And that's going to be the same till it proves otherwise. We've got these alerts here because if we start hitting these, market would go majorly risk off. I can just show you the spiders very quickly so you can see. Very clean levels. There's your SPY levels. Right, chop zone above here, maybe bullish rotation. Below here, maybe bearish rotation. Failed breakouts also possible each side of this. Right, and the Q is the same. Exactly the same, just a bit cleaner. You can see way, way more bullish on the Qs right now. Way more bullish. All right, I'm going to have a quick look at the Dixie, which feels like it might have bottomed here, which was not going to help gold. So if the Dixie has found its bottom, which it's starting to very much look like it. All right, that move out of here, strong from the Dixie, going to come back to the ones. So wouldn't be surprised if Dixie keeps pushing, GC might get stuck up here. If we're going to trade in unison, that is. You might get some divergence, but we'll see. Definitely left buyers trapped in gold above 25. So just be aware of that gold moving before the markets right now. All right, Apple. Let's go through the mag. This dreaded thing starting to really pee me off like I've been talking about for a week. All right, cannot get back and break out of the high. Still in this awful range, and it's looking worse and worse and worse. Every session looking worse. This is just like the liquidity we talk about. Starting to fail. Does it come and sweep this backside before going up, or maybe come all the way down here? We don't know, but I'm still holding it. Amazon gapping down as well. All right, much better move from Amazon yesterday into close, helped drive the market out. Slight gap down, but this is bullish in structure all the time. We can hold for that move higher. Let me just zoom out on a weekly. Where are we? It's got a long way to go to get up there. All right, Google. Let's just get rid of this. Not my charts. Goog. Oh, we didn't have time. I need to get a move on here. Again, terrible. Just terrible. Just an awful look on Google at the moment. Just terrible. Nightmare chart if you're in that. Meta, nice. All right, good push yesterday. Holding highs, gapping up slightly. That's the first one with some strength. Microsoft, very slight gap up, trying to reclaim the range. So this is a bit like NQ. Wash down, trying to reclaim this range to get higher. Nvidia, good. Nice gap up on Nvidia. Great drive. Pulled back yesterday. Can we hold these VWAPs 193s for that push to 200? Definitely worth an eye on that today. Tesla, I'm going to assume that is a dark pool print. Pinned in this range now while it builds out liquidity. All right, so no real edge in the mag right now, I'd say. Not a huge amount of edge in the mag. Bit of a mixed bag. So I'm bullish mainly, and we're just going to look. It's very much like yesterday. Do we retest some key levels? Do we find bids at those key levels? If we don't, we go level down, level down, level down until we find a bid. If we don't find a bid and we start letting go of value from yesterday, then and only then am I really thinking about a short. Right? Until then, I want to be flat or focused on the longs. Okay, let's see who is in here, folks. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Teresa Green, welcome. Thank you very much. It's super kind of you. Let me get rid of this poll so I can see everything. Good morning, John Dennis, Asylum, DK, Miguel, Mark, Clint, Mike, InfoRisk, Christy, Jeff, Donna, Coop, Eva, Troy, Teresa, Mo, Peter, Charles, Lou Riley, Jesse, PD, Awani, Oaken, Real Trini, PD again. News at 7. Yes, we've got news. I'll go over that actually. Thank you for reminding me. Peter, Toby, Brandon, Calypso, Richard, ERF, Gigi, Shane, Ken, JD, Harish, Chris Thorne, One on One. Oh, I've lost you all. Leron, Willa Williams, Paul D, Richard, Owen, Jacko, Miss Anne. Hey Alex, I purchased your TradingView indicator, but it still has the padlock. Can you unlock it and give me access? Cheers, buddy. How do you access Discord? You need to email me. I think I emailed you yesterday asking for your TradingView username. I need your TradingView username. Discord is for people that do the course. So if you've done the course, you'll get Discord. Otherwise, you can't. This is the Flow Zone Pro indicator, what you're looking at on screen. All right, this is my custom indicator. You can get it on my website, flowzonetrader.com. All the links are down below. All right, let's get into it, team. Market's open. Let's have a little look-see. Nice drive out this morning. ES coming back up to test supply. Already straight back down to VWAP. So the chop continues. Mag mixed bag. Most of them red or slightly flat. Nvidia 0.10% down. Microsoft 1/3% down. Meta just gone red to green. Google 1/4% down. Amazon just over 1/3% down. Apple 1/4% up. Tesla 1/4% up. Nvidia flat. We're mixed bag. All right, we're mixed bag. Market doesn't know what it wants. It's got no reason to go into a major sell right now and no reason to go higher. Let's have a quick look because we do have news today, as one of you has reminded me. All right, consumer sentiment. That's going to be key, 10 o'clock. So 9:45 Gould's Ball, but consumer sentiment, 10 o'clock. I think that, and we have some inflation data there as well. Michigan, yes, inflation data. All right, so through that New York open, market's in a rush to get higher, so we haven't even come to that previous day value area high yet, unfortunately. My account's ready here. Zoom in on this 5 minute, make sure everything's lined up. All right, looks like we're testing that downtrend right now. We've been in this downtrend since the all-time high. Market's getting going. Mag's starting to go red to green. It feels like it wants to do a big old squeeze out here. It just depends if it's going to give us the opportunity to get in. We are in supply right now, or tapping into the start of it. And starting to see that breakout through that downtrend for that long. Can we get through this supply and rebase will be the next issue. How much juice? So small piece in here as we start to break, but I want to see really it prove to me, come back and retest and hold before I do anything more. Don't trust this yet. ES breaking out. ES looks good. One thing got to watch here is ES comes into its main supply level. Mag mostly going red to green, other than Meta and Amazon lagging behind slightly. Who's this player on the book up here? There's big sellers up here. All right, 350 is a big level. Let's see if we can pull back and hold here. Very extended on that move, unfortunately. Just straight out the gate. What do? We gut checked Globex, didn't close the gap and just went. Don't like that. Don't like that we didn't come further down first. So this is our range. I did just take a tiny piece of a long here for that break. Already flat now. Locked in a whopping 35 bucks on that, but I just wanted to put something on in case it went. Let's see if we can pull back and hold and build some liquidity out here for that new move higher. Where's New York open? 14s. Why is that not showing here? Am I on the wrong time? There we go. There we go. I was wondering why that looked weird. All right, pulling back into that New York open now. So we're going supply from, didn't even make demand down here, didn't close the gap, through that New York open, straight up to supply, back to the New York VWAP. Mags, a little bit messy. They're not really sure what they're doing here. It looked like they were all going to go together, but they thought better of it. ES already clearing out one key level. You're looking for ES to base above 90s right now, I would say. If ES can base above 90s, has more upside potential. Back to that New York open and VWAP. A bit far out for me and my eyesight at the moment. Okay, failing to break out of Globex to the top side there. So we've got the triple tops up there. I think we will come back for that. I wouldn't mind that move a bit deeper to check value. They did do it overnight. All right, we did come and trade into that old VWAP. We did reclaim previous day point of control. We did trade into value area high. So maybe they don't need to do it this morning, but it would be nice if we would do it. It would be really nice if we started expanding the range. The amount of lines on my chart is the last month or two, definitely the last month, the range has been so tight. The charts look really, really messy where you've got the 5-day and Asia and London always close and value always close and PDL and PDC and PDH and previous week high and previous week close and previous week low. They all get a bit too close for my liking on my chart. Makes it look very messy. Flow zone is just flat right now at VWAP. So just waiting to see, are they going to come in here and bid? ES doing that retest that we just talked about. So ES retesting that level. So far finding a bid on ES. Now, are we going to go here for that flag and go? I'm watching this same level up here where we just tried to break once. Here we go. All right, so watching this, can we get through these Asia highs? So in a little piece long here, not sizing in yet because we've not proved anything and we're very close to supply. Keeps testing this sort of downtrend from the all-time highs. If you do the all-time highs down into the pivots from yesterday and overnight, this is where we keep trading into. ES looks really good. It's holding well. Mags wants to go red to green, I can tell you. The mag wants to go red to green. It might need one more leg down first, but it's trying. What's the time here? 36 is, what's this 5-minute bar? What's the open of this bar? 50% of this bar, 20s, holding 20s well. Yes, it feels like it wants to move upside. It's just whether I trust this. Can the flow zones get going here? ES new high of day. Here we go, folks. All right, come on, let's get that extension. Let's at least get through Globex in this trend. Come on. Don't give this too much wiggle room if you're in this with me, because we're buying high to move higher right now. All right, that's nice. First break. We're looking to take out Globex 55s. I want to take out this player on the book here at 55s. That would be Globex. We take that out. We've got a shot at high of day. all-time high, sorry. I just would not give this room. ES is really gunning now. Really nice. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Here's Globex. Let's squeeze through Globex and go for a squeeze out. We need Meta to find a bid and Amazon. Here's Globex. Can we get through this player at Globex? We get through this. We should go straight up to 65s. Here we go. Thank you very much. All right. And we're looking for that previous day high now. Nice squeeze. Beautiful. Fantastic. 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 We love it. We love to see it, folks. Longs from these flow zones. So I had one long up here. Yes. Come on then. Let's keep going. 94s are the target. First target 94s. Then we're going to look. Is that the all-time high? Yes, it is. All right. So we're looking for all-time highs. So we've got liquidity here, right now, based on an H1. You can take a partial here. And then we're looking for all-time high. And now we want this to turn into a kind of base for us. All right, that's what we'd like. Somewhere in here to be a base now that we've broken out. Nice, 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 nice. Long and strong. ES ripping some faces here. This is exactly what we talked about yesterday, folks. All right, this whole move we planned out yesterday, didn't we? This was what we were looking for. Yesterday was nothing more than a dip to trap those shorts to go higher. We talked about it yesterday numerous times on stream. We talked about it at the beginning of the stream. We talked about it in the afternoon. This is what we're looking for, all right? And this is what you're now starting to see. The market wants to move high. You can see I traded long yesterday off those lows, all right? For that asshole who keeps trolling me every morning I wake up on my videos. Yes, I do post my profits to my team. No, I'm not a bragger. Yes, I do give you clear reason and rhymes as why we're moving. This is why we got long this morning. All right, still long in this, holding on. ES getting very close now. We can expect a pullback on ES especially. So just be careful. Nothing wrong with locking profits in. We took that H1 level out, that level into 68 or 70. We took him out. The only thing left now is to trade for the all-time highs. All right, make sure you're paying yourself some money. Sure you're paying yourself some money. W's in chat if you've already locked some in for me. Let me know who grabbed some of this. I know it's earlier than normal, but that's the setup we're being given right now. Got to trade what's in front of us. Yes, lots of you. Nice, 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 nice. We're looking for those all-time highs, remember. We're looking for all-time highs. That's where we'd like to get to. Lots of you getting it. I love to see that, folks. That's great. Omalabi got it. Troy got it. John Dennis, Otis Miller, ERF, Eric, Priska, Paul, Otis, Calypso, Jeff, Peter, Jesse, Zar, Omalabi, Chris trades New York, 400 on that move. Nice work, mate. W's with runners. Yeah, same as me. Right, we have to see if we pull back and hold. Remember, ES is very extended. So this is Globex we're pulling back into. We're still bullish overall, but it might need to build some liquidity. Remember, we've pretty much moved straight up. There was a small pullback. But this is the area now that they're going to have to turn into some form of support for that move up. All right, so hopefully we trap more bears in here, and then we can move up. We've got 5 minutes until that 15-minute bar is finished printing. So I'm watching that. It is possible. You know what this market's been like? Big move, 20-point rotation. Big move, 20-point rotation. Should just be aware of that in case we start doing it. But so far, we look good. How important is mindset for trading? If you were having a bad day and you saw any opportunity, would you take it? You have to, that's a very personal question. You have to assess yourself there. Is it important? Yeah, it's absolutely vital. Mindset is everything. If I have a terrible day, I normally would take a day off or a session off, probably, if I have an awful day. Depends why I've had that awful day, and if I'm still holding on. Is there residue of that loss hanging around? Yeah. Is there still a tilt factor in me? Is there still part of me that's like, I'm gonna make it all back in one go? If that's around, you can't be trading. If you're coming back to the chart and you've chalked it off and you're like, hey, I made an error or I took too many L's, whatever it is, but I'm ready to go again, then that's fine. And just work your way back in slowly. There's no rush in trading. Don't be competitive. You go at your own pace, whatever that is. It's you versus you, All right, at your own pace, at what's comfortable for you. There's a lot to be said for sitting in a comfort zone. All right, so building liquidity, holding that level, still look good for more upside. We need to come and break out of this current high of session 77s, and then we're going to look for previous day high and a squeeze through. ES getting very close. Well, sorry, Spider's getting very close. ES has still got room. So watching those 800s at ES, which we've just traded through, can we keep bidding above that? Initiate a squeeze here. We need Microsoft, Meta, and Amazon to go red to green. Could do with AMD waking up, couldn't we? Come on, mate. Get back above those 230s for me and go on a squeeze today, please. PayPal's woken up, so the swings are all looking. IREN just will not stop going. Will not let me in for that swing long. It's gone again. Did that offering and just absorbed and gone. Crazy. Oscar Health looking better again today. So healthcare getting a little bump. Failing up here. So back to demand. Don't like that. Don't like that. Still in a runner here from 28. If we can rebase out here, I'll consider it. I just know we're a little bit extended, but if we can base out here, build something, we can go for this move here. This is target, and then beyond that is runners. That's an absolute, target for the week in the newsletter was 400s. I think we can do a little bit more now based on the daily. We can probably come and do 460s or something. We can have a look at what the fib extension will be as well. Give me a second. No, TradingView doesn't want to do a fib. You can do a fib. There we go. All right, if we really got going today, you could look at sort of 500s. 542 would be a 161. Right, so I'd be looking 500, 540s today if we really got squeezing, but there isn't that much room on the Bollingers. That would just be for some big squeeze out above it. Come on, market. Let's get going upside here. Come on, come on, come on, come on. Brandon got the W. Richard, done for the day. Great call, Alex. 265 on all your funded accounts. Love it. Well done, mate. FC Mike, $500. Nice. Ken, $500. Nothing for you, Scott. Not an opening trader, but awesome job, guys. Nice, mate. Just wait for your setup, buddy. Do I trade the 15-minute Auburn futures? I consider it. It's something I look at. I wouldn't say I religiously trade it every day. It depends what the setup is. Here we go. Here's the squeeze out. Here we go, folks. Here we go, folks. Let's go. Let's go. Get up to that old high and let's break out. Let's go and hurt some hearts here. Shorts just cannot seem to learn their lesson in this market. They've had since March to learn their lesson, but they won't learn their lesson. Too many people want to pick tops in this market. We are going to keep going higher all the time. These idiots keep picking tops. Oh, just sit back and watch a thing of beauty. Come on, baby. Oh, it's nice when we have a nice, easy day on a Friday. Oh, thank you. Thank you. After such a tricky week to trade, this is what I've been asking for. Pullback yesterday, expansion Friday. Thank you up there. Thank you, market gods. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Richard, yes, if you're in Discord, Alex does post his P&Ls and verification as payouts. Yeah, I do. I mean, sometimes I don't post my P&L every day because I don't think it's important to post it. I could be posting it every day, but I think the proof is here. I'm telling you what I'm doing. Like, the proof is here. Did you miss the entry? Yes, I would say you missed the entry. I mean, you'd be buying very high right now to go higher. So if I was you right now, I'd be watching to see if we base above the old highs at this point. So you'd be watching for the all-time high breakout and a base above. So back into that opening range right now. Come on, come on, come on. This is, man, it's nice when they play ball, isn't it? It is nice when they play ball. All right, all of the mag gone green other than Meta. It's the only one lagging, but it looks, all of the mag now green. Tesla just under 1% up. Nvidia, 0.25%. Microsoft, 0.07. Google, just under 1%. Amazon, It's just gone red to green, so 0.03% up. Apple, 0.67% up. Come on, Apple, get going today. Let's go for an all-time high breakout. Meta, 0.13% down. That's the only one lagging. Other than that, we look good. We look good for higher. The mag wants to move up. We've got some sellers here, 85, 90, 95, 400, all on the book. Once we get through that, we are off to the races. We will be expanding to test that daily Bollinger Band like we talked about at the open. And if we get really lucky, we go on a giant squeeze to like the 500s, 540s. But again, there is no room based on the daily Bollinger Band. So I would not be buying above the daily Bollinger Band today. You are asking for trouble. Maybe we have one of those black swan days where we go way above the daily Bollinger Band. But why trade that black swan day, right? Just wait. Just wait, because we know the market does not like to be above that daily Bollinger Band for long. 2 standard deviations is the maximum the market likes. It does not like anything beyond that. Oh. All right, let's just check this level. This is actually incorrect. This is correct. There we go. Drawn it a lot. Slightly wrong there, hadn't I? Just missed that high. I was actually asking for too much. Where's that candle? There you are, mister. All right, this is where we are. I expect us to take this out, all right? But, as always, it is possible that NQ does a dance. Now, a lot of the times, if we fail to take it, what we'll do is we'll come down, we'll encourage lots of shorts to come piling in, and then we'll go back for it. We'll use them to go back for it. So it's possible. Where would that be? I'd say somewhere in here. All right. If they can do this, maybe something like this is possible. Otherwise, we just keep holding. But it's very, very possible they encourage shorts to come in before we go back for it later. I would find it somewhat unlikely that we protect an all-time high that was made in an Asia session. So 7:35 in the evening that was made. It's a weak high for me. I think we will come back for it. We will come back for it. All right, let's put a bit of volume on here now. We've only been trading 20 minutes. Remember, we have got news at 10 o'clock, folks. Come on, move along, mouse. There you go. Let's see where we're at. Let's see where the nodes are building. All right, let's see if they trap here then. This is the interesting point. This is what I was just talking about. Let's change the colors of these, make sure this is all lined up. Now, buyers will want to come in somewhere around here. If they're going to lay that trap, they're going to have to join in around here and protect it. We did get a little bit thin there on the book, interestingly. Let me have a quick look. Did I miss something? Trump talking 5 p.m. Okay, that's all right. Nothing else. Okay. All right, just waiting now. Oof, ES, it's a big pullback into its demand level. So breakout pullback, back into demand. This is where we just broke out from on ES, right? This is what I'm talking about. We will need to find bids here. If we can't find bids here, we can reassess if we start breaking down. I'm still very bullish on this market. I'm not thinking about shorts on this market until we trade inside or underneath previous day's value. There's no reason for me to be thinking about that. If we start breaking down aggressively, we can think about it. If we start breaking down under these levels, definitely under this level. There's big momentum coming in here. There's no doubt about it. That book map looks very heavy. But this is the kind of level I think they can trap in. But we can reassess. Obviously, I'm flat now. We can reassess if they start washing underneath everything. But there's no reason for me to be thinking about a short yet. Absolutely none. Yes, but based on structure in here, we're in rotation. But remember, we're above previous day's value. We would need to fail to get acceptance above previous day's value for me to really consider anything. If you want to trade the counter trend, that's up to you. But these levels here, why won't it let me draw it? These levels here are going to be key. All the time we hold these, we can have bullish rotation. Failing in here, there's a counter trend to here, but this and this is where it gets interesting. We fail this, this is where we can really start rotating. Not until then. Anything under there, I think, is like anything in here can easily be a bear trap to move higher, because we left that high by what, a couple points. And you're starting to see it now. All right, so the ball's coming in on VWAP. Now, can they just squeeze all the way back up here? This is what I was talking about. So common you see this, all right, that they come and trap the bears down here for a deep wash. ES holding its RBS zone. If ES starts reclaiming New York VWAP, there is a squeeze. We have getting a little close to the news now, 7 minutes away. But this is kind of what we just talked about. This kind of shape here came a bit deeper than I expected. But if we do this now, if we build liquidity out here again, then we can think about that move higher. All right, we'd have to reclaim this at this point. This right now is a lack of structure. I'm going to remove that line here because of how we've just built intraday. All right, so this point here is key. This is your POC. This is fair value on the day. How we react there is going to be key. How's my net this morning? I tried to get your free indicator and filled the form in, but I did not get it. Let me see, Arnie. I did do a lot of them yesterday. I have to do it manually. Let me just check you're there. Give me a second here. Can find you. Did you fill it in correctly? It's normally, I can't add it if you didn't put your TradingView username. Oh, I see you. I'm going to add you now. You must have done it after I did them all yesterday. That's not it. There you go. Should work for you now. Should work for you now. No worries. No worries. Next, feeling a bit better. I went to the gym and I did big back and try session, and then I did rehab on it again. It does feel a bit better today. I'm gonna go and do at least a 5k run today, maybe a 10k. That's normally when it starts hurting, especially if I've got a slight forward head and I'm on a treadmill for that long. Normally that can be a bit of a trigger, but we've got to get it done, folks. Can't be 40 and unfit. Okay, failing here, maybe second leg lower. This is interesting to me how they're operating here. We've had that long up. We're just waiting now. I want to see them trap bears here. And I don't want to be, I'm still bullish, but in my mind I'm saying, hey, just remember, if we go into yesterday's value and they start failing, there is some short opportunity there if you really want it, Alex. But overall, I remain bullish. We can look at the MAG. Tesla 0.37% up. Nvidia just under 0.5% up. Microsoft 0.06% up. Google 0.80% up. Apple just under 0.5% up. Meta and AMD, the only ones lagging right now. The rest of the market looks good. VIX has found a bid at PDC. I'm flat right now, waiting to see if they trap here or if for some reason there's going to be a move. Remember, we've got news coming in 4 minutes, so I kind of want to wait to get that news out the way now. Somewhat surprised we didn't go for this in one shot. It was that close, but hey, market will do what it does. How many times? I think Peter says it all the time at the moment. The amount of times the market is leaving highs is incredible right now, or lows, just leaving liquidity. It's all on a video, Awani. It's all on a video, but it's 13, 21, 34, 72, 89. I'm not going to share my algo lines with you though. So they're fib numbers, right? They're rolling fibs. Flow zones are rolling fibs. Still think that they're going to trap bears here personally, but we will see. Time will tell. ES finding a bid on VWAP right now. How big is this range? I'm going to guess 20 points. Yep, 20 points. We're back into a 20-point range between the two VWAPs. If we start reclaiming here, this is where the bears get squeezed and we go back to highs, which is what they're trying to do. So they're trying to do the bear trap. I do not really want to play this right into news. That's the thing right now. They can produce a lower high, lower low intraday versus point of, well, the old point of control up here in value. So they can produce this to come back down. The range is fairly tight in here. We've not got a whole lot to play with. 50 points, and we've got news about to come out. My preferred move would be a reclaim of this and new highs, right? My less preferred move, I don't really want to trade that short because I think we lack room. But under here, we can either trap or we can really get heavy if they fail and stay heavy here for previous day low and previous week value area high. I'm not ruling that out if we want to trade inside today, but this feels like the obvious level that it wants to trade to. Why would we leave that? Feels like a fairly obvious level, but trying to remain flexible. Already made good money this morning, so just waiting, trying to remain flexible. Yeah, thanks, JD. Yeah, 2 minutes until we get those Michigan numbers. And given that we've had no data recently, they might really move the market. Jacko, you sent your trading view name. Not seeing it, mate. Where did you email it? What are my lower indicators? Volume and delta. Volume and delta. The info email. All right, I'm sure it will come through in a minute. It's not reached me yet. I just checked. As soon as it's here, mate, I'll sort you out. Was it you I replied to yesterday saying I need the your username? I think it might have been you. All right, 1 minute, folks. You know where it wants to go. They're just going to do it during the news, aren't they? They're going to make it impossible. I went to use a bad word there. They're such somethings. They're such something or others. Such naughty people. All right, sellers are up here. 90, 95, 400. We want to make that new all-time high. It's definitely where it wants to go. Like we said, they're going to try and trap bears down here, which they've done. We've now traded to the edge of range. If we get completion through here, we're going to go here and squeeze. They're going to do it during the news, which is so annoying. But the trap was there, like we talked about. So if they can reclaim, unless this newsprint is awful and we just dump low of day, which, you know, we've seen wilder things. News coming here. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Let's see what print we get. Are they going to react to it? All-time high is where I think we want to go. I've said it all day. We've left it. We've traded back inside. We're trying to trap bears. Can we get through point of control here? And if we get acceptance above POC, then we're going to go all-time highs. Why did they have to do it during news? Why? Waiting for some liquidity to come back on the book here. Oh, it wasn't new, Jacko. All right, my bad. So did you purchase it on the website, Jacko? Is it the flow zone indicator, or are you talking about the trend friend? Still no move here. Some sellers coming into the tape here, aggressive sellers as well on the market. I'm just waiting for this to settle down. Let's see the Michigan statement. 5-year came in bang in line. 1 year inflation came in slightly cooler, but barely. So these all coming in. This sounds pretty hot to me. 4.7% inflation, even though they're in line. That sounds pretty heavy to me. That doesn't sound very good. And the market reflecting that. All right, so here we go. Back down to value on the day. Back down to New York Open. So not completing the move. Still waiting. This is why we don't trade news, because once it gets digested, we get some wild moves. So we just wait here. ES still holding the RBS zone. VIX finding a bit of a bid. All we're doing is back testing key levels on ES, or at least on the spiders right now. ES is actually trading under that level. Spiders is trading and holding that level. Back to the 5-day, back to Globex. The longer we are going to do these moves here, the more it feels like a choppy session, choppy day. Yeah, never trade news, mate. You never ever trade news, because the news algos will pick up whatever they want. You will not beat the news algos into and out of a position. You will only get hurt. All right. Sometimes you might get lucky and you get a ripper, but it's never, in my opinion, it's never worth trading news. Trade what happens afterwards, sure. So holding that New York Open, this blue line, holding value on the session so far, tightening of a value right now. So this is current value on the session. There's not a lot to play with. We tried, we missed, right? We took profits, we get stopped out of run out. We come back down, we trap bears down here, we try again. We fail on news, we come back down, we're still in value. This is now set a lower high. This has completed a lower low. If they want to rotate down to here, they can technically, because of what they've set, but we have to also be aware that we're in rotation. MAG does not look heavy to me. MAG does not look heavy right now. VIX failing PDC. I think we're just going to go into a rotational market again for a bit. These 20-point ranges, 60-point expansion. 20-point range, 60-point expansion. Let's just have a look. Even on news, how big was this? Oh, what a surprise. 60-point expansion. What were you? 60-point expansion. What were you? 60-point expansion. What were you in between? Probably 20 points. Yep. To that low, 20 points. What were you? 20 points. What are you? 20 points. Market will not change out of this. Whatever algorithm is on this right now, this is what they're doing. 20-point compression, 60-point expansion. 20-point compression, 60-point expansion. And these 20-point compressions have lasted hours at a time. Hours and hours and hours. Oh, you went to my spam, Jack. I found you. Is that you? No, that's not you. I can't see it. Have you done it to the right email? info@flowzonetrader.com. Cannot see you on here, mate. Make sure you've done it to the right email. Just do me a favor. Do a new email in case for some reason, because I can see Awani. I cannot see yours. I'm even checking spam. I can't see you there, mate. Just do a fresh email for me. And do you know what? CC in flowzonetrader@gmail.com, just in case there's an issue. All right, we're just stuck. We're stuck in this range rotations. We've had one good trade this morning, which was off the open, and then the pullback, and then we got very, very close. Now we're stuck in range. Bias is still upside. Oh, by the way, I've just seen that. SPY did. The SPY did make a new all-time high. Wow, I missed that. That's the divergence. All right, that was their exit. Okay, I'm less interested now. I'm less interested now. How did I miss that? Did QQQ do the same? Okay, here we go, folks. So this is the divergence. I've only just seen that. That was awful for me. So this is why I watch the ETF markets, all right? QQQ made a new all-time high up here, all right? So the cash market got its exit. And SPY made a new all-time high up here, all right? I mean, on here it's saying it didn't. On my other screen it's saying it did, which is interesting. Let me just zoom this out. Did it miss that pre-market print? It missed a pre-market print. There or thereabouts, but QQQ definitely did make one. So just be aware of that. The cash market, cash players, they got their exit. They got their exit. All right, so I am aware of that. There is divergence now in this market where cash, anyone trading cash and options, they got their exit. We can still move back for it, but knowing that cash has already had that move makes it slightly dubious. Makes it slightly more dubious. Because cash is king, remember? Cash is king. All right, holding VWAP. Still at that breakout point. ES under its New York VWAP, but holding its 24-hour VWAP. Spider's holding that RBS zones. Mag still look good for upside here, but thin in here, starting to reclaim 45. So I'm still bullish overall, but how to enter here is the question. Really gonna have to wait, I think. We can get very choppy in here. We've probably trapped buyers who didn't exit here right now. So buyers are trapped here. Shorts, did we get big delta there? Yes, we did. All right, so shorts are trapped under here. Buyers are trapped over here. Here is your range. We've got to wait for a breakout or a failed breakout of that range. I don't want to trade inside this range right now, inside value on the session. We just wait. Let everyone else get chopped up in here. We'll be nice and patient. It's a shame we didn't get that previous day high like QQQ did, because then we would have got our exit, wouldn't we, on the runner. Let's check the liquidity here as well. Are they all providing liquidity lower? 400, 412 still there. 300 is there. 300 would be just above PDC right now. Okay, so we're going to leave this area here. Well, you can do what you want. I'm going to leave this area here alone, and I'm going to either wait for this. Oh, I don't like that, but I will consider it, but I really don't love that trade. This is the trade which I prefer right now. Once we get up here, if we fail breakout up here and then get stuck, I will consider a counter trend at that point. If we complete the objective and then get stuck, I would consider the short more. ES finding bids. So SPY took previous day high, did not take all-time high. QQQ took previous day high and all-time high and is basing above PDH on cash right now on the Qs. Relative strength on the Qs. The ETF I'm talking about especially. The ETF. VIX breaking down underneath PDC. Possible move to PDL coming. If we do that and we break down under PDL, market might go risk on this Friday for a squeeze. Thanks, Jaco. Let me check one more time. Ben Jackson, I got you, mate. How do I add you in here? Give me a second, team. Got to get Ben sorted out here. How do I get into my area? And pull this over here so it doesn't disrupt you all. There you go, mate. You're added. I'll reply to that email once we're done on stream. I'll reply to that email. We'll sort something out, mate. But you're added now. It should work for you now. Okay, still holding. They're still trying to break out here. We're still inside Globex, remember, by the way. So tight range. It was a tight range overnight. This is why I'm trying not to trade in here. This was your range overnight. Failed underneath, holding previous day point of control and old VWAP. Reclaimed, trading here overnight. Failed above right now. unable to bid above this level as an RBS, trading back downside. We're in this range. I don't really want to trade in the range. The market's told you this is what it would do in that range. So being somewhat careful. All right, market will always give you clues. You look left for those clues. We can't look right, unfortunately, but we look left. And we take those clues. All right, so we've been bullish for the move. It might still come. Most of the mag is green. Meta's trying to get red to green. Amazon's the weak one today, 0.5% down. Other than that, we look okay. I'd say the breadth doesn't look amazing looking across the board here. Dixie's selling in front of that 100 that we talked about. So gold having one more push up for a retest back towards that 4K. So just be patient. Do not be overly bullish here, folks. I know we want that all-time high. We want that rotation. But we cannot be guessing here. All right, look at the structure. Technically, in the New York session, technically, although we're in range, technically speaking, this is a fail break. This is your change of character because this low made this high. This is a trade inside. That is a short. This is a break of structure. Technically, we are in a sell right now, which is why I'm not looking for a buy at the moment. I don't really want to trade sells inside at all-time highs. That doesn't mean you can't do the same thing. If you like this, all right, and your bias is to move back down to here, you should absolutely trade it. Do not let me take you out of a trade. I'm just going to try and avoid this area a little bit. I don't love trading rotations. And my favorite trades are the pro trends, remember. It's just for me personally. That's my setup. I can very easily see that this could pull back significantly here if they trap enough, but I'm not going to trade it. It's a bit like yesterday. I didn't trade that short. Well, I traded a scalp on it, but I didn't trade most of that short back down because I wanted to wait for the pro trend. It's very much like today. If we move into an hourly sell, and I think we're shifting, then I feel more comfortable about taking the shorts. Rivertown Souls, best day trading streams I've seen, and I've seen a lot. Do you ever have a red week or month? Yes, definitely. Haven't had a red month in a long time, but they do happen. They definitely happen on my swing accounts because obviously I'm holding through positions. So they happen more there than they happen in day trading because I think in day trading it's easier to wiggle out. I would say that my profits have been shrinking in the last month or so, but it's unsurprising when you look at the range on the daily chart, is it? It's very unsurprising when you look at the sort of moves that we've done this year. All right, we had big profits were able to be made from sort of January down to April. We put in that pivot bottom at April, and then we were very bullish out of that move from April all the way up into July. Then we went into summer trading in July, and we went into range rotation, with my least favorite market. So from July to September, we traded in a range. Now, at least though, that range was 1,000 points, so there was room for that. I would say since, what's this breakout point? September 12th, September 15th, we've been in grind mode higher. It's my profits have been shrinking in that grind mode higher because the daily, we just lack ATR on the daily. So it's hard to be locking in big gains in the daily. And I'm not going to overexpose myself to a market which has not pulled back in 6 months, which hasn't had more than a 2% down day in forever. I'm not going to overexpose myself to the long. So I think I've answered your question. That's the best way of me answering it. Do have red days, do have red weeks, definitely have red months on swing accounts. Like earlier this year, like if we're going to bleed, I'm going to have a red month off my high P&L, that is, on a swing account. Okay, moving downside here, you can see 25,300s. They're all around here bidding right now. So like I said, structure is bearish currently, but we're just inside that range. I don't really want to touch it in here. Maybe I'm going to regret this and we're going to puke 100, 200 points, but I'll join once it proves itself outside of range. If you guys are liking this, I think Foster Scott's probably in this. It probably makes sense. Like I said, the structure was bearish once we failed up here. We did talk about this. This low made this high. There's the failure. Didn't reclaim for the trap. There's the break of structure. Here we're breaking down. Here's current low of day. Now, if you want to get heavy, you've got Globex, you've got PDC, you've got the algo, and you've got these value areas from yesterday. If we get stuck under here, there's a trade down to this level. If we get stuck under value, there's PDL and there's previous week value area high. These are all back tests, are possible if we're going to close the week trading inside with some profit taking. Very possible. But make sure you're zoomed out. Like, look at a 5 minute right now. It's not overly bearish, right? Right? This is Sunday to Monday. This is Tuesday. This is Wednesday. This is Thursday. This is Friday. We're looking to complete that. If Friday, for whatever reason, wants to trade back inside of the range, this is our weekly range. If anyone's done the course, we're looking at sort of 260-ish down to these lows, right? That's the weekly range that we've created, right? If we want to close the week inside that range. Remember, Wednesday did the move that we wanted. Cannot deny that. So bidding off here towards that low of day, low of New York. We've not swept the low of New York yet. Amazon's the heaviest one. Now, Tesla's just gone red. Microsoft's gone red. Meta's red. But they're all flirting around their PDC right now. Kind of what we're doing. This is PDC. Yellow on your line. This is PDC. So you can see we've gone into a sell here on the flow zones. But it's only on a 1 minute chart. It's not. You won't be in a sell beyond a 1 minute chart. All right. If you go into a 5 minute chart, you will not be in a sell right now. Coming back to back test that 21 on a 5. We've got 200 underneath holding well. This is a game of liquidity right now, I would say. PD short from 362. That's a very nice short. So you got short in this thin structure here on that failure. I'm guessing on that retest. That's a good short. It makes sense. It makes sense, that short. Actually, the confirmation came once we broke here. That is possibly an even better short in there. It just depends how long these shorts last, because the pro trend is higher. That's why I don't like taking these shorts. It doesn't mean they don't work. I prefer trading pro trend. So if we move into an hourly sell, if we start breaking down on an hourly, then I'm more interested. Right now, this hourly bar is just trading inside. So the 10 o'clock bar is trading inside the 9 o'clock bar. The 9 o'clock low is basically 318. And you've got liquidity sat there from previous day value area high. All we're doing is trading into where we broke out of this morning. Hopefully that makes sense for you all. Happy to just sit still. I don't mind sitting still. We've made money today. I can sit still as long as required. I'll tell you what happens though when you sit still too long and things don't work out or you don't get the entries. Yesterday I probably burnt quite a lot of mental capital. And eventually that long set up yesterday and I did not hold on to it as I should have. So that is proof that mental capital will burn you. So we can talk about it. Mental capital is a real thing. Where did I get long? So long yesterday afternoon, once we caught that delta and reclaimed 180s, right? We talked about this on stream. Right, delta got stuck here. We started reclaiming 180s. I get long for the squeeze up. Right, then I take some partials and then I reload once we start holding flow zones, looking for that move back upside. And we talk about the whole thing back into 20-point rotation. I don't want to be here too long, yada, 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 looking for the ATR move, re-add in again with more size, looking for a bigger squeeze up. Finally get it, and I start taking partials, and I just say, like, I'm not going to sit here all day in case we have a failure. I say what's going to happen. 275 possible if acceptance, and that because we left so many stops out there. We talked about it on stream yesterday. 275, 280 was all the stops. There's my profit for all of you that talk shit all the time. And then we talked about, here you go, 75, 80, partial if you're in, IBL tagged, squeeze incoming, and then I say we'd probably get a squeeze out in the market on close. It's in here somewhere. I can't even find it now. But I think Bowden got it. All right, so it's one of the advantages of being in Discord. Okay, so we've traded back down to that New York low, or New York open. We've found a bid on that lower time frame algo. We've come back to flow zones. We're reclaiming. We're stuck between these two. We're still in liquidity building for me. We're still inside Globex. This is why I'm just not interested right now in this market. I know that this market is going to spend some time trapping. Once it's done trapping, we can see what's next. Get this anchor on and lock it in. Oh, Coop, I've got to load your anchor VWAP. It's going to make it way easier for me. Oh, sorry, Tyson. I must have missed it. I'll get onto it as soon as we finish here. Yes, Black Window. That is Discord. All right, so Discord is free for everyone that does the course. All right, so the course is a one-time fee. The Discord is free, no monthly fee. But it's only free if you do the course. It's not because I'm trying to sell you the course. It's because I don't want people in Discord who trade in a completely different way. It just will make it too problematic. We trade very set systems over here with flow zones. I teach very clear, concise systems. So I want people in Discord who can help each other when I'm not there. Nice, PD. Good work. Good work, mate. So you covered into New York Open, I'm guessing. So you understood that we were in a range. You got the short here, and you probably covered some down into towards here, which is good short. That's your range that you're playing with. So if you're trading the edge of the range, that's really good work. That's exactly how you trade range. Probably what I'm the worst at doing. CL breaking down. What a piece of poop. BBAI having a day today, folks. I think we looked at that as a swing a while ago. I'm not in it at the moment. Which means Palantir's probably having a day. No. Oh, is there BBAI news? Or are we just going on a squeezer? This thing's getting ready to go, man. This thing's getting ready to go. Not in it, unfortunately. Was in it. Didn't do what I wanted, so took it off. Can we get that 10Q? Come on. There we go. PayPal dropping. Yeah, nothing too bad. Nothing too bad. Probably should have taken some profits, but I'm happy to sit into this, into earnings. Most of these I'm happy to sit into. I'm still up on PayPal, I think. Should be up. Get my brokerage statement out. I'm still up like 8.5%. So I'm up 22% on Apple. I'm up 42% on AMD. I'm up 4% on Amazon. I'm up 8 and a bit percent on PayPal. I'm up just under 10% on Oscar. And I'm up 307% on Open. But, you know, I've sold everything other than one share. I've held a share just for a joke. I was long Open from 198. So I sold most of mine in that huge shove over 11s. All right. Back into range. They're trying to find if they can use this liquidity here. All right. If they've trapped enough shorts in, they're going to use all their stops to come up to this. Remember, we're bullish overall. They're just going to make it really hard to play if you're playing edge to edge. But again, we didn't revisit this, which is a bit naughty. The way we're operating is a bit naughty. We're just inside a Globex. No bid above, no offer below. A tag in here and a reaction would be the better trade. That would give us a nice cheap long while giving confirmation of big buyers stepping in. Otherwise, we're going to have to wait for a breakout and retest. So if we can build liquidity above current value, maybe we can think about that. Again, we're buying high to go higher. It's not ideal, but maybe that's what we get offered. Not ideal, though. Meta trying to go red to green. VIX breaking down back towards low day here. Trap between PDC and PDL. ES trying to reclaim VWAP and get going. And there is a low volume node here on ES around 98. You want to see ES just get back through the 800s. No, Blake. No Discord without the course. And that's purposefully done, because it just means you're trading a completely different way. I've been in plenty of Discords in my career. They all end in tears when you just make them open format and anyone can join. And then you'll get traders the wrong side of each other, not helping each other, and it just becomes a nightmare. All right. So I want it to feel as close to like a proper community as possible, which means people helping each other, trading in the same direction, looking at the same kind of setups. There will always be slightly different setups, but if you've done the course, it just means that you understand what each other are looking for, especially the times when I'm not there. Okay, so the rotation continuing here, still no confirmation, still lower lows and lower highs until we break above this London or Globex range. Yeah, it's London high, isn't it? So protecting London highs so far. Again, back in the range rotation. Again, nothing to change yet. Again, if they start getting acceptance above London, then I think we probably go previous day high. S&P, the problem with, who's just asked that? Peter. So like I talked about, the one problem with the S&P to go previous day high is the SPY actually did it. The cash market has actually done that move, right? And that is not great, right? So we've got divergence. We talked about it a little bit earlier. SPY on the cash market has taken out the high. The futures market have fallen short. All right. So who are the biggest players in the market? Cash players. They got their exit. It's the one thing which is like giving me slight alarm bells in my head is cash and options players. They got their exit. They got their exit. That exit on the SPY was 673.93. They got their exit. We traded 673.96. So it's possible that we don't go back for it today. Possible that that's it. I don't know, but that's the divergence. Have to respect the divergence that I'm seeing. All right, back to VWAP. So failing Globex, back inside, back to VWAP, stuck, 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 stuck. Nothing changing yet. Would I like to see ES and NQ trade new all-time highs? Yeah, I would, because it would mean cleaning up a weak high. I would absolutely love to see that happen. Well, I'm not going to get caught in this chop. Like, 20 points. 20 points. This is probably, this one here was 60 points. So if we break down from here and go 20 points back to that low, and if we go 20 points under that low, it will clean this up. Like, so I'm not going to trade in a slow market doing 20 point, 20 point, 20 point, 20 point. It's boring. I'm going to use the bathroom here. You know we're going to get going because I'm using the bathroom. All right, team. Nothing's changed. All right, let's get those likes up today. I want to do a giveaway again today. So 125 is the target. At least half of you watching, more than half of you watching, have not hit that like button. Less people here on a Friday. I know, I get it, but let's get those likes up. ES just trapped between its VWAPs right now. Market's not moving. And we've got, oh, well, initial balance now set, a whopping 94 points. We're trading right in the middle of it. These are the signs of not great. No, I haven't watched any of it yet, Adam. I'm going to check it all out. Was it a worldie? Yeah, it'd be nice seeing Nvidia get going. It would be nice in that run up to earnings. Don't diddle in the middle. Exactly. Do not diddle in the middle. We're just, look at where we're trading. We're trading at those two VWAPs, at flow zones, at the deep pullback momentum, at point of control. There's just, where's your edge? What's your edge here? No edge. We're not one of these Gen Zs. We're not into edging. Straight boners or nothing, right? So we don't trade this crap. Abdallah, no. I interviewed, I don't know if you've watched any of my podcasts. I was offered jobs like almost 20 years ago now. Almost moved to Dubai and Cairo, offered jobs at two places. Didn't take it, ended up having a pretty good career as a music producer and DJ, and then just toured the world doing that for over a decade before coming back to this again. And then had to learn everything the hard way. Oh, I want to go to sleep, man. Another day of this. We're not moving. Someone will give up at some point. We'll get enough people trapped one side and someone will give up. It's a matter of time. Self-made, yeah, self-made, mate. Come from nothing. What time is it? It's currently 7:35 a.m. I'm in Los Angeles. So I get up 5 a.m. 5 a.m. I get up, have a first look at the charts, try and get back to bed. 20 minutes, sort of doze around, and then I start talking in Discord about what I'm looking at, setting up for the day, go through some mental rehearsal and breath work, and then I sit down and get on stream with you guys. All right, so failing here, back down to those VWAPs again. Can't make its mind up. If it fails here, we go and test New York Open. If it fails New York Open, there's a possible rotation lower. So this is the edge of value now on the day. Where did that delta get caught? It's starting to look a bit heavier here, but we're just in a range. Can't really think about it as anything more than that. There's anything more than that right now. That lower time frame algo still being absorbed at the edge of that range. I don't live in London. I used to live in London. I moved to Los Angeles 6 years ago. I still have a house in London, but I live here. Good morning. You said something about inside bars on the daily. Yep. have a look at the daily. We're an inside bar, right? When we're inside bar, anytime you see an inside bar on the daily, you expect higher time frame rotation. I wouldn't necessarily see it that way, Troy, because I think that they could push up there and use it as an exit. They wouldn't need to hold. They wouldn't need to hold. Nice, Peter. So rotation off that low again. So value, you can see this value is getting tighter and tighter and tighter. This is where we've spent 70% of the time and volume has been spent in here. This is getting very tight. It's why we don't trade in here. It's why I said I'm not interested in trading in here right now. This is where everyone's going to get hurt because they don't understand you. Well, maybe not everyone. Some of you, one of you, forget who it was, they very nicely took this short here and covered down into here. And if you took a long there and took it back up there, makes sense. It's just not how I like to trade. I like to trade momentum and direction. North of the river, mate. East London. Leytonstone's where I own some property. But before that, I was in Dalston for 7-8 years. I was in Canary Wharf for like a year, but then most of my time was in Dalston. And then after Dalston, I was in Stratford for a little bit, and then I moved to Leytonstone. Enfield, yeah, I know Enfield. What I would think about, Troy, is if we printed new all-time highs today, what would you rather be going into the weekend? A bull or a bear? I'd much rather be a bull. I'd be real scared if I took puts and we printed all-time highs today and we woke up Monday and there was some positive news. Guess who's getting hurt way more? I'd be way more scared because bulls, remember, try and think about it. Swing longs are in total control of this market. All right, think about how the major money moves. They're not day trading like we are. They're swing positions. Who's in control of this market? Who's in control? Who's having fun? What would you rather be? I'd rather be one of these guys than someone guessing and guessing and guessing. Look at all these guys that guessed. Think about how much pain they've been in. Okay, this is it. We're rolling over. Ow. Okay, how about now? Ow. Now we're going to do... Oh, fuck. Okay, let's try again. Oh. All right, one more time. Oh, my God. Yes, we've got them. We've got them. We've got them. Adding in short. Oh, fuck. Okay, one more attempt. Fail breakout of the high. Trying again. Trying again. Ow. Okay, one more go here. Oh. Right. These guys are getting wrecked. All right, and it's why we're moving higher. So swing longs are in total control of this market. This market can afford a pullback to here. No worries whatsoever. Swing longs will still be in absolute control. Everyone's so obsessed with this. All right, if we get this move here, that's only 5%. I'd like to see a 10, 11% pullback. They would still be in control. All right, they would still be in control because the main pattern is what? All right, remember, that's how the major money moves. They don't care about this shit. They don't give two you know what's about it. All right, they don't care. Okay, back down to value. Do we expand this now? ES is now actually failing, so it's coming back down to its lower time frame algo. There is gap fill potential on some of these markets, but again, I just don't like playing short for rotation. It just feels so dangerous to me. No, mate, I'm a gooner. Gooner through and through, my friend. How about you? Chelsea's allowed here, yeah. My old man's Chelsea. We all know who isn't allowed here. We don't even say their name. They're not welcome. They're not welcome. It's the same reason I won't support LAFC, because they using that awful striker that played for them. Can't support them anymore. They're dead to me. Absolutely dead to me. Voldemort. Yeah, exactly. Voldemort. Yeah, smash that like button, folks. We get that up to 125 likes. We'll give away an Apex account. Maybe we'll give away some other stuff as well if I'm feeling kind. All right, still protecting that New York Open, still trading that lower time frame algo right now, still trading inside Globex right now. ES finding a bid on the lower time frame algo, still rotating back and forth and back and forth. You can see all the bids down here: 315, 310, 305, 295. Let's see if there's much underneath. Not a lot. 250 is 100 lot. Let's have a look at ES. Not a lot to do right here. Come on, Bookmap, you're gonna wake up. Very thick down here. 87 to 84, pretty thick on ES. Wrexham for life. How are they doing this year on that move up? I've not actually checked. They're not going to go up again. You can't go up again. Impossible. Free indicator is saying leg down and should go long. Bullish, 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 bullish. Yeah, it's absorbing the 21. Oh, that's a 15. Let's go to 5. It's just saying range. So it's absorbing so far 21 to 200, right? Lower part of range. This is possible, but we haven't done this yet, right? So there's no confirmation of that move yet. We're just trading back and forth in range. That's all we're doing right now. Just a tight range. Your midpoint of the initial balance. Look, there's your IB high, IB low. We're probably trading around the midpoint. There you go, 50%. We're just trading midpoint of the range today. There's no edge here, folks. There's 0, 0, 0, 0 edge here right now. You googled Gooner. It's Arsenal supporter. A gunner. We call it a Gooner. Don't say that word in here, Adam. You know better than that. We don't even say that S word. We don't give them anything. Okay, back to VU up again. Whee! Yes, back to New York VU up again. Whee! This is fun, isn't it? In this range rotation, this 20-point range rotation again. Surprise, surprise. We're into Mr. 20-point, back and forth and back and forth and back and forth and back and forth. Are we going to turn some form of model on today? Probably not. Probably fail from here back to towards the lower time frame algo again, and then maybe we bid back off that again and just get tighter and tighter and tighter and tighter and tighter. Basically building one of these right now. Something will give. At some point, something will give. Tell you what though, VIX is trading back down towards low of day right now, and we are not moving upside. It's right at its low of day at the moment. Market's gone to sleep. Volume's gone. ATR's gone. We've gone night-night. Oh, thank goodness we got those early longs. Otherwise, there would not be much to do here. Okay, are we going to get going? Are we going to get going? Yep, we're trying. There's the 50s. We've got to get over Globex. We've got to get over Globex. Previous day open here. Can we get through Globex and start going today? Back to the top of the range, back to the top of value. We've got to get acceptance over value right now. This is your edge. We've got to get over value, and we've really got to get through here. Right, here's Globex, here's value. Like I said, VIX was dropping and we weren't moving upside, which was odd. We're catching up now. VIX, previous day low tag here. So VIX is really starting to give it back. Starting to roll here on VIX. We've got to get acceptance over this. We've got to expand value. We've got to create new value high. We've got to find acceptance over this. Otherwise, rotational traders technically would short around here. I'm not touching any of that stuff. Not for me. That trade is not for me. I do not like that. I especially hate short rotation trades in bullish markets. What volume indicator do you use, or is that just one? This is Sati, all right, and this down here is Delta. All right, this isn't volume, this is Delta. The one underneath. So the top one is called Sati something. Guys, help him out. You guys will use it. Sati's volume stack. Is that right? Off the top of the head. But this down here is Delta. All right, this is what I'm interested in. I'm really interested in Delta when we get trap traders like here. That actually did offer a slight trap of traders up there as well. Okay, 55s, you can see it on the book. It's the edge of value. It's Globex. If we can get acceptance above this, we will move higher. If we can't get acceptance above it, guess what? We dance back down again. This is what, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 or 6 attempts up here. Bias for the day has been to take out all-time highs, but you cannot force your way into the market. It will punish you. So I'd be watching ES into New York VWAP, watching spiders into VWAP if they find a bid here to produce a higher low and then start breaking out. Otherwise, they just fail the top side of this range and we go back to the bottom side of the range again, like this. This is why we wait for no, definitely not long yet. There's no confirmation. Maybe you've just joined, Chris. So this morning we were long out the gate. All right, long here again for this move. We take partials on the way. We were looking for this. It failed. We stop out on the runners. I did not trade this short. I'm not interested in trading short in here in the range, right? I've made that abundantly clear. This is the chop zone. We know it's chop zone. It's showing you it's chop zone. It showed you overnight it's chop zone, all right? We need a base above and acceptance to go higher. I'm not going to trade an internal range day inside here. This is dangerous. Overall, though, we're bullish. We're protecting previous day value, right? We haven't tagged it. It's a bit annoying. We're starting to see tapering here. If we can do this, then I think we take out this high. If we build above that, if you want to trade that long for continuation, fine. I will not, I don't think, be adding above previous day and all-time high. Why? Because the daily is lacking room. All right, my targets for the week were 400. Let's go to the daily. We're bang into this now. All right, we're banging into it. We're very, very close. The chance of acceptance through that is small. If we go to, where was my newsletter? Anyone that read the newsletter? Let's make this smaller so you can see it. All right, I gave you these levels in the newsletter. Right here, first battleground to watch, 25,000 to 25,050. Move this along. This is a dense area with reference points, previous week value area low, previous week close, and Thursday, Friday trap buys overhead. If bulls can reclaim and build acceptance over 25,050, the door opens for a retest of recent highs with a measured extension to 25,400. All right, that was my target for the week. What is the current all-time high that we put on this week? It's 25,394. I was 6 points off so far. Let's think about the battleground that we collected. We go to a 15 minutes. Where were the lows and the reclaims on, where's Monday? Friday, Monday, here. This trade down, Tuesday, pullback came into what? What was the battleground? 25 to 25.50. What's this low here? We hit a low of 24,985 and instantly broke out of 25,000, 25,050. All right, that low got absorbed. Here's your battleground, 25,000 to 25,050, and then we went where? Oh, 25,400. Right, the move's done. The main move of the week that I called from the newsletter is happened. So now it's just a question of, is there continuation or is it just this? And I don't want to trade this. Will the new H1 help us get out of range? We're holding bullish on that old H1. So I'd say the 8 a.m. to 9 a.m. candle, all right, the body of that candle, 322 down to 300, we're absorbing on. All right, if we can base above 322s, which is what we're trying to do at the moment, is there room for expansion? Yes, but really you need acceptance over 356 on that H1, which is the open close level, right? The close of the previous candle, the open of this level. If we get above that, then the current H1 goes green, doesn't it? So the current H1 is red under here, all right? This H1 bar is red. If we get above here, the H1 goes green, all right? So then we can have expansion to take out this, maybe. But we're just an inside day. Just remember that, folks. We're an inside day. Go to a daily chart. Right, we're an inside day. We expect choppiness in an inside day. We're bullish overall, but this is previous day's range. All right, we're inside the body right now. Right, it's this thick level. This was the main level we wanted to get long off. Unfortunately, we're not swing traders, but if you were a swing trader yesterday, that's your long. It will be a breakout when we get up here, but we're not through it yet. You've got to get through it. I don't trade. I'm definitely not trading a breakout at highs. Remember, this is supplies where buyers are stuck right now. Buyers came in here. We failed underneath. This shows that they're stuck, right? We would need this build of liquidity up here, right? We'd need to see this. If we don't see that, for me, it's just a non-trade day. And we've locked in money. We had good moves. Think about, how can I put it? Think about this. How many participants are in here? A lot. Everyone from, let's say, 9:50 to 10:50, and you've got an hour worth of volume in here, both sides. Right, so you'd be shorts trying to get the break down a low, longs trying to get the break out of the high. Some people just trying to play the midpoint for a rotation. Think about how much volume is stuck in here. We will use them, right? We're either going to get this, or we're going to get this, or we're going to get a failed breakout or a failed breakout and use them, all right? Let everyone else do this. You don't need to do this unless you love trading range, all right? If you're like, hey, I'm really good at trading range. I'm going to fade the highs, cover the lows. I'm going to buy back the lows, sell the highs, rinse and repeat. If that's how you like to play, if that's your bread and butter, by all means take it. If that is your bread and butter trade, for some traders love this. They'll take it all day long. And I respect that. I hate it. So for me, I'd rather wait for everyone. You know how I trade. I like people trapped. Let everyone get trapped, right? And then either see this move or let failures come in and trade back down to the other side, right? Or the vice versa. I don't like trading in the middle. It's just not a trade that I like, folks, which is why I found it a little bit more tricky the last, I would say, since October the 2nd. All right, we've been in like drift higher. No news to make us go lower, so drift higher with limited range. Here we go. Selling coming in. That's aggressive selling coming in. What has just happened? It's why we don't trade the midpoint of the range. I told you, someone is going to get hurt. Oh my gosh. Let's see what this is. This is big, whatever this is. Anyone seeing it? Whoa. It's why we don't trade range, folks. This is not how I like to play. All the way down to previous week high and previous day low there in very, very quick move. It's 288, 286. Oof. Anyone seen this news yet? I'm waiting to see it. This is definitely news. Look at the volume. This is definitely news. Something's hit the wire. All I'm seeing is French news. Can't see anything else. Anyone? Anyone got anything here? I can't see anything. Cannot see anything here. This is a big move. This is very, very, very bearish. Very, very, very bearish. Do not get long in this, whatever you do. Let this settle down. Let this settle down. We've just cleared out all the levels. Previous day low now been taken. Like we said, it's possible if we break out, we can go for a big, big drive. Waiting to see. China becoming very hostile. Trump news, guys. Calculating increased tariffs on China. We're back into the tariff wars. Bookmap's gone thin. Look, no one's playing now. Everyone's worried. So we just swept previous day low there. We've just taken out all the key levels in here. All right, we've come right back into range. This is the same level. Remember, 180s. This is where we bid off yesterday, 160, 180s. This is heavy, folks. This is so heavy. Please do not be bidding off this. This is sell only, and it's sell on pullbacks, really, if we build structure out. Do not be bidding off this, please. All right, we know we've got trap traders above now. It's absolutely clear above is trap traders. We're trading down towards previous week value area high. We want some structure to get involved here. Please, Mr. Market. We would like some structure to get involved here, please, Mr. Market. Yeah, this is all tariff news. It took ages to come through. Here's previous week value area high. They probably use this as a covering point now. All right, this is probably going to be a covering point. If we stay heavy under PDL, we can have this rotation. We talked about this earlier. If we fail this move here, previous day point of control, we come previous day value area low, previous day low, previous week value area low. We talked about this earlier. Unfortunately, it's done it all in seconds, literally in seconds. So let's see if we can build some structure out, if we can have some liquidity come back. You can see everyone's very scared. Look at the book. Very, very scared. Big orders came in at 25.2. So I want to see a retracement up there if we're going to get heavy. Yes, major panic selling. Agreed. This is panic selling. Here we go. They're just going to look for that previous week value area high. And if we get through that previous week close, major panic selling. This is very different. Look at the amount of volume that's coming here. It's very different to what we've had all morning. Very, very different to what we've had all morning. ES just hit its 20-day, finding a bid on the 20-day. So mean reversion just became complete on ES. Okay, we're almost at previous week value area high here. I'd expect some covering in and around here unless they have more panic set in, which is possible. Oh, don't bid on this. You get executed if you bid on this. Reaper, Flow Zone Trader, I love you, brother, so much. You just gave me my missing piece today. Thank you so much. Oh, that's nice to hear. All right, previous week close coming. So we're coming back into the old week gap. all right, into the old weekly gap. Do not chase these lows. We're going to have to build some liquidity if we're going to get short in this. All right, we've just puked out and expanded massively. That's like a 300-point expansion without a pullback. Do not chase the lows. Definitely don't be buying the lows. All right, we've got to wait for this market to settle down. You have to wait for this to settle down. Previous week close here, we're coming into that old weekly gap. We want to see some retracement up. I'm trying to find liquidity on the book where we can like, look how thin we are down here. We can easily V-shape back up before failing. But that's major panic. Look at the VIX. All my alerts just went off on the VIX. Look at the VIX. We're trading 18s. All right, here is the start of the pullback. We want to see this drive higher, and then we want to see some failure to play downside if possible. Maybe we can go back into that weekly gap. What a move. Holy moly. Would have been nice to be in that short. Would have been nice to have been in that short. Your ATR is absolutely ginormous here. I can't even fit it on a screen right now. 40 plus points per 1 minute. All right, just be aware, be aware. All right, see if we can have some form of pullback here to get into. Remember, ES has already completed its 20-day. It's absolute pain in the bum bum. It's completed a mean reversion in 2 minutes or something. Yeah, I would not be bidding on this. This is panic. We just want a bit of structure to be built out. They're going to break down here. Here we go. Watching PWC. I'm in this small size, short side. See if we protect value for a sell. Previous week close just got tagged there. So do we trade through the gap now is the question. Or do they cover here for a bigger drive higher? ES getting hammered. So previous week close getting tagged. This little yellow line. That's your previous week close. Maybe we've got to drift higher first. All right, let's just wait here. Let it settle down. This ATR is massive. 50 odd points. Spreads opened up as well. Be very, very careful with your spread. I think we're going to trade. If we can trade up first, we can get into previous week point of control. 837 is available. If we can trade up first and build out some liquidity. ES struggling to reclaim 20-day at the moment. So the edge of this up here, 81s. Volume being built into 81s. Very thin above 81s. So it could absolutely swipe above 81s right now. Not looking for longs in this. Definitely not looking for longs. They can do a V-shaped recovery without me. I'm not going to do a long against panic. ES reclaiming 20-day here. This is the battle area. We just traded back towards those 80s. We just talked about it. Volume here at 80s. If they reject 80s, they're going to come. They're trying to get back into this weekly gap. We literally tagged the weekly gap to the tick. They've covered that weekly gap. It can afford a drift all the way back up here if it really wants. So I'm not going to trade the long back up there. I think that's like a psychopath move in my mind. But it's it's possible if you really like the look of that. It's possible. Settling down a bit. Market's slowing down, which is good. Gut says we trade lower. Just do we need a retracement first? Could be a V shape, but Gut says we trade lower. Just let it build out. Here we go. Right, here's previous week value area high again. Nice. Let's drift down now. Let's get into that gap. Still protecting previous week value area high. I want to get through that gap. Here we go. Beautiful. Defending gap. ES trying to defend 20-day. Traded back into it. Lots of wicks down here. They're trying to absorb down here. You can see that 25,000 is a big level. They're trying to absorb into 25,000. Can they get into the old gap? If these bulls down here get punished, if they don't get that move up that they're looking for, we built a lot of volume down here very, very quickly on big size. They can let it go. Here we go. Come on, baby. VIX is absolutely gunning. VIX is gunning. Through the 18s now. Through the 18s now. New lower day probably coming here. And then into that gap. Can we trade? What's that lower day? So that 25,000 is massive, massive level, psychological level. Remember, newsletter, 25,000 to 25,050 is the battleground. We trade under that, bears take control. If we trade under this and get acceptance underneath 25K, bears will take control. Defending 25s there, just about. There's previous week value area high test. Watch your ATR here, watch your size in. Watch your ATR, watch your size in. Here we go, here we go, here we go. Tagging on it. Big level, 25,000. Can we get acceptance underneath previous week close into the old gap? Here we go, folks. Here we go. Here we go. Big, big levels here. If we get acceptance lower here, oh my God, it's going to get ugly. ES still holding on. ES holding on to that 20-day. SPY trying to hold on to that 20-day. Big, big, big level. Mean reversion has already been complete on the spiders, which has me a little bit concerned about more downside, even though I think the Qs want it. Do not get too short late in the day down here. Yeah, spiders holding that 20-day. They do not want to let go of that 20-day. Literally tagged onto it twice on a 5-minute. Can't get acceptance underneath that 20-day on the spiders. Building out big liquidity here. The better short's going to be right the way up here. It's just... oof, that's going to be a nasty move if it comes. Back towards these 80s. Reclaiming previous day value area high. Oh, it's going to get tight in here. If these shorts get trapped, we go explosion through 80s. We're basically trading in a 100 point of range here. Crazy. Great hold from spiders. Very, very impressed with spiders down there holding that. Back to the flow zones. Back to the hundreds. Maybe a PDL check on SPY is possible. VIX failing 1850s. Pulling back in. Let's have a look if there's any more. Chinese letters were inappropriate. Chinese made a sinister move on rare earth. Yeah, it doesn't look good. It doesn't look good. Trump not very happy right now. Okay, back to previous week value area high. Like I said, my bias is to move lower here. It's just how do we do it? Oh. That's the edge right now. We have downside targets if we can, if we're going to let go. Definitely, for me, I'm not bidding on this. No way. I want to play short. Ideally, the higher the better, the squeeze, and then we short after the squeeze. What are you guys saying? Zar trader taking profit on shorts and walking away. Nice work, mate. ATR almost 40. Yeah, expanded aggressively there, the ATR, didn't it? What's the Apex promo code? FZT. FZT. All those links are down below. 80% right now with Apex. Would I consider daily bearish now? No, still not bearish now. Daily is still not bearish. Like, we've broken underneath the previous day lows. We'd need to see some pullback into 158 ideally, and then if they sell somewhere around there, 158, 180s, might happen next week. But if you look at the daily, we're just coming back to where we found bids for the last week. This is where we bid off. We just talked about it on Wednesday. Before we did this sell, we were just talking about this. No, I'm not looking at go long, Peter. No way. No way am I going long versus panic selling. No way. No way. I'd rather this like pushes up and fails and offers a short back down. I'm not long in this. No chance, mate. No chance, mate. This is about a clear panic momentum that you will see. I'm not going long against it. I'd rather join it when it's squeezed out, late shorts, and then offer a new position. Building out lots of volume in here. Higher, better. Come on, get up first. Double top there at 100, which they're defending. We've got room. Low, previous day, low 60s. 160, 180 is a big level that I'm interested in. If we can get up there for a reshort. So you can see we tagged right in. This is why I have these blocks set out, so I remember where they are. If we can get through here, up into here, I'll be interested. Otherwise, ES has already almost done that move. It's already almost done that move we're looking for. Take care, Jacko. Yeah, so basically on the H1 on the hourly, looking for a drive higher to sell into. We're looking for a drive higher to sell into at the moment. I don't want to bid on this. I do not want to bid on this. Clear momentum's downside, right? Very, very thin, but it's downside. I want to trade downside. We're in panic. We just think about how many buyers are now trapped at the highs. How many buyers are in that consolidation zone that are trapped, right? They are pure panic to go lower right now. So we want to trade their pain. We want to trade down. Starting to see it. Starting to come in again here. More selling again here. Got to watch that delta. Got to watch that delta. Don't want to get caught down here as a seller. That's why I want to see a drive higher first, ideally. Things can move very quick now. Take care, Tyson. So back under previous week value area high. I think we want to trade into this gap underneath previous week close. That's where I'm imagining we will want to trade. $25,000 mark. They let go of 25,000. I think it's game over. Do. Back to previous week close again. We're getting close. Here's the 25K. They're testing it again. They are testing it again, that 25K. Absorbing it again. They flush through this, it is night-night. Think about how much volume has just been built up here now. They're testing that previous week close. 91, I think it is, previous week close. If they flush through here, it's game over. Let's go, baby. Let's fucking go. Let's go. Night-night, bulls. Night-night. Give me that money. Give me that fucking money. Let's go, baby. Let's go, baby. Woo! Out the weekly newsletter. Out the weekly newsletter. Oh, baby. Get the fuck out of here. You. All right. Watching Spider, seeing if they can join in. We've got Divergence here. SPY has not made a new low. SPY is protecting its mean reversion to 20-day. It's the big thing right now. SPY is protecting mean reversion to 20-day at the moment. Yoo-hoo! All right. If we get a back test of 25K and they stay heavy, fucking annihilate this thing. Right. Let's get down to previous week point of control here. Pay me, pay me, pay me. Right, ES back into lower day. You panic, baby. That's why you don't bid on this shit. See you later. He got the juice. He's got the juice. Fucking go. My victory song today. All right, watching to see if they come back up to PWC and reject it for an ad. If they reclaim it, I'm not interested, right? If they reclaim 25,000 or PWC or any of that, I'm not interested. Bring out the banger, exactly. Screaming banger. Let's fucking go. These are all the levels. Remember, these have been in here all day. I haven't just put these on. Let's go, baby. Let's go, baby. ES starting to break down now. Let's go. 920s. We're looking for previous week point of control. If possible, it'd be another 100 points, basically, into that red line underneath. That would be very, very nice if we can do it. Might not do it, but that would be final target, basically, is what I'm saying. Fuck yeah. Fuck yeah. Fuck yeah. Give me the panic, baby. Give me that fucking panic, baby. Fuck yeah. Let's go. Let's go. No one fucking does it like this. I've absolutely gifted you guys this in the newsletter this week. I've missed the high of week by 4 points. And then I've given you this exact battleground, which is where we just failed back into. And now we're playing extensions down. And we talked about it. They let go of this. Bulls are in big, big fucking trouble. All right, I need to calm myself down because this is a good day after all these shitty volume days all week. We're finally getting... Look at that daily now. Woo-hoo-hoo! Oh, yeah. Let's go, baby. All right, almost there, almost there, almost there, almost there, almost there. You can have some cover points in here, all right? Don't be a dick for a tick, but we're almost there. We get through previous week. We're going to come all the way back into here. These, you got to be covering some into here, folks. You have to, you have to, you have to. And move your stop down. I'm just going to get a refill on my coffee because I'll move this fucking stop down. All right, I'll be right back. Oh my gosh, I bet you a load of ICT guys were like, let's get long for the reversal. We're getting long. There's a 4-hour fair value gap with an order block, and we're going to go well long at 25,000. It's going to go. Yeah, you just got fucking annihilated, mate, because you don't respect volume. Yeah, I know. Nice, Adam. Nice day to come back. Sorry, guys. I turned up the volume. I've just got turbo today, haven't I? But been waiting for some... You see how patient I am? Did I trade all that chop? Did I let you trade it? No, I fucking said stay away from it. We can trade lower if they trap enough. And all we needed was a headline. All week I've been saying, we need a headline. We need a headline. We need a headline. There's no reason for anyone to sell right now. There's no reason for anyone to buy. We need a headline. The headline came... Market puked it. Absolutely puked it. Right. Previous week point of control. We are pretty much there. Right. We are pretty much there. You must be covering some. Now you see why I said do not buy this. Do not buy this. You are a psychopath if you buy this. Come on. Come on, traders. Come on. Come on, pay me. Pay me. Pay me. Woo! Woo-hoo-hoo! Yeah, baby. Yeah, baby. Previous week point of control tagged. Make sure you're paying yourself. How good does that feel? How good does that feel? Especially those of you who maybe in the past, before you came to me, would have been like, I want to trade all this crap up here. And Alex said, hey, just leave it alone. These guys are going to get liquidated at some point. It's either going to be here or it's going to be here. And guess what happens? Yep, we used them and they just got liquidated. All right. Understand that the big game that we're playing is all about trap volume. That's the only game we're playing. Who can we catch offside? Well, we just caught bulls offside. Sorry, bud. I'm just playing around with you guys. But I love to see us winning because we're not the wrong side of this. We're not the wrong side of this. Oh my gosh, it's keeping going. Previous week value area low next. Previous week open. The gap will be filled into 24725, right? 24725. Underneath 247633 will be a new weekly low. That will be absolutely devastating. This fucking VIX is flying right now, folks. 20.73. Gonna text my brother-in-law because I told him it's coming and he will want to take... He trades puts on VIX. Okay, here we go. Sorry. Got to make sure the family eats, you know? My brother-in-law is an oil trader, but he... he's like, yep. I love it. He's on it. He's on it. He trades puts on VIX on every big swipe. Because it's probably one of the safest strategies you can have. It's not how I trade, but it's how he trades and he makes money. So I'm happy for him. We got to look after each other. All right, 21's coming up here on the VIX. So he got long on VIX this morning. Nice. Yee. All right, baby. Waiting for a retrace now. Do not short down here, for goodness sake. For goodness sake, do not get short down here. All right, we've just smashed. We've just absolutely smashed the targets. We were in 100 point of range. We just moved. I'm going to have to measure this out. We've just smashed most of our targets. This only thing left is down here now. Think about this. We're in this range. We're in this range. We're in this range. And we just moved 540 points. There's your 2% down day. We hadn't had one of those for so long. For so long. Here's the recovery. Do not get short in the hole. All right, we just hit previous week point of control. This is a major covering point for anyone who's got any sense. This is a major covering point. Right, it's why we are now out. You can be in runners if you've got a good entry and you want to try and hold for, I don't know, 24 750s and 24, what's that previous week low, 635. By all means do that, but you should have covered at least 80% of your position. Okay, I'm calming down. Let's read this chat. You guys should have made some money with me here. This was beautiful. All right, W is in chat if you made money with me here. Forgive my ignorance. This is the second day tuning in. Are you in an NQ trade at the moment? Wondering if you do ATM plays live like this. Yes, I was in here, buddy. All right, this is my supply zone. This is flow zones. This was the breakdown, and we are short in here, and this is our covering point. All right, blue levels, and this is a covering point. Now we wait for liquidity to be built out. Right, ideally some form of two leg into here, failure, retest the low, cover down here, runners for lower. Reclaim this, build liquidity here, be very careful. This opens up for a squeeze, back to fill in this huge imbalance, right? But you should be short until proves otherwise. Do not short the low of day. You are asking for it. But we're in a panic short right now. You definitely don't want to be getting long on days like this. Calm down. I think I just did that, Todd. Yeah, sorry. Just did that. Just see your stuff now. New low day coming here by the looks of it. 800s on deck. Previous week value area low. If you are still holding runners, I'm completely out of this now, folks. But if you're still holding runners, you're looking for 736, 727. Like previous week open was 726. So the gap right now, the new week opening gap, as you ICT traders will call it, is basically this, right? We've traded into that gap, that Friday to Sunday gap. This is the gap. We're filling that gap. This is previous week value. Previous week low is 631s here. Under this, new weekly low. Oh my God, that would take all the weekly longs out as well. All right, take them all out as well. Lots of you getting it. New lows here, guys. You look good. Yeah, Bowden, 25,000. If they don't recover that, it's fucking night-night for them, mate. Wins for LMNO, Marek, Troy, Henrik, the other Marek, John Dennis, Bowden, Eric, big W, I'm assuming there. Inforisk, W on both legs. Thanks for this live trade. Even though I am still studying your modules, I was able to capitalize some profits. Looking forward to buying a futures prop firm account. Nice, buddy. Owen, I would have been long in this before I started watching you. Been great watching a profitable trader. My content skills are definitely improving. That's fantastic to hear, Owen. That's what I like to hear. As long as you're learning. What was the news? DK, the news was Trump's very upset with China and there's basically a tariff retaliation. That was the news. And the mags are all getting absolutely crunched right now. Ugh, my AMD. It's all right. Pick it up next week. I'm swing long, though. I'm still up $70 a share. Take care, Foster Scott. JJ would win. All of you getting big wins. Partial eval, CMR, nice. Right, here's the previous week value area low. Boom, 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 boom. Ding, 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 ding. Cover, 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 cover. This is the gap now filled. Your only other thing you can look for is 24,633s. Do not get long. Please, for goodness sake, do not be looking to get long today. Don't be that guy off Top Step saying, I'm going to try a long. Don't be that person. Do not do it. There's a fair value. I don't care. I don't care what gap there is. I don't care what someone else is saying. You're in a panic sell. Fucking panic. This is pure panic. All right. This is not controlled selling. This is pure panic. All right. The longs will only be back above here. Until then, I would say do not be long in this market. Way too early to say that, Troy. Way, way, way too early. But this is the pullback we required. This is the pullback we required in the market. Previous week low incoming here. Previous week low incoming. Almost there, folks. So in through that gap now. Gosh, there's just no retracement here. It's just absolute panic. 700s here on deck. And then you're going previous week low, which is, what, another 70 points lower or something at the moment. Oh, my goodness. So trading back up towards that previous week open here. If they reclaim previous week value area low, maybe they get a bit of a squeeze back up before moving lower later, if they move lower at all. But you cannot be short low of day. It's the one thing you need to learn. Don't get short low of day. And just because it's not a short low of day, you don't get long down here either, all right? Every pot being sold so far. You would expect there'd be some relief soon. God, it's amazing how big these M1 candles are. I'm like measuring them out here. They are absolutely massive, aren't they? Feels like another new low coming because they just sold that again. I'm not trading this short down. It's way too risky for my profile. This is risky biscuits, but it feels like they're going to go previous week low and flush here. Here we go. I'm going for that previous week low like we talked about. That's why you don't get long. Do not get long. If you get long, you're an idiot. I'm sorry, but if you're trying to long this, you're an idiot. I couldn't give a monkeys about your inverse value gaps or anything like that. All right? Let me show you something. Do not get long. Right? You don't get long. Look. This is your warning factor. Don't fucking long. All right? Don't long. I don't care if there's a retracement. I don't care. You're asking for it. Trying to help you guys out here. Do not get long when you see the VIX do that. Look at this daily now. Huge, huge move on the daily. And this is the key level now we've broken. It's 25,000. You can see right here. All right. So next week, ideally, we're going to offer this trade here. Or if they reclaim that, the same thing will happen. But this is your over under, that 25,000-ish level. That kind of ish level. Nice, Shane. That's mega. Mega, 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 mega. Nvidia holding, is it? Yeah, not bad. Apple holding, not bad. My AMD's been taking a bit of a chunk out there, but it's okay. Like I said, I'm holding that for like 5 years, so that's absolutely fine. What else is holding up well? NVTS. Look at that relative strength, up 8%. BBAI is still up as well. Some relative strength there. I'm not ready to buy long-term names yet. I want to see like a 10% pullback in this market before I buy long-term names. Oh, it's nice to look at the scoreboard today. It looks good. The scoreboard looks good. Days like today is when it's very easy. If those of you, I'm not even going to say it, to be honest. I'm not going to say it. It's just rude. But if you're looking to pass stuff fast, when you have this type of action, it's very, very easy, or much easier, if you're willing to be risk on. Another payday coming for me out of Take Profit. Fucking love the daily payouts from there. It's right up there as like number one. That and Apex, and yeah, I'd say those two right now for me, number 1 and 2. TPT. Once you get to those daily payouts, there's nothing better than pulling money out every single day. Best feeling ever. Okay, reclaiming previous week value area low. We're going to come back up to the old point of control. Where is the volume? It's got so far to go for a retest. 25,000 is the retest level. 25,000 is the best level. Fucking hell. Mental, mate. Absolutely mental. Which prop firm do you have, and are they all interconnected? Yes, my main ones I'm trading with at the moment are Apex, Take Profit Trader, and Funding Ticks. Those are like my favorites at the moment. I really like Funding Ticks and Take Profit Trader for regular payouts. I just posted a video this week on Funding Ticks on how I took a 50k account, passed it in 6 days, got it to pay out in 5 days, and for $66 or $61, I took $1,000 out. So, I mean, there's not much better than that. Your return on investment, I should say, is insane with Funding Ticks. Absolutely insane. The intraday, yeah. Well, you have to build your buffers. Psychosis. You've got to build your buffers. All right, Vic's pulling back here. I'd want to see this pop higher. All right, but when we're in panic sells, I just moved something. When we're in panic sells, we often won't pop higher. All right, and to be honest, this is probably about 100 points here. It is nuts, but this is a 100-point move. You can't be long, right, until we start reclaiming stuff. And I would not get long today, folks. I just would not. I would try and get that out of your system of looking for longs. Still going to do. We're still going to do a giveaway here. We need to get to 125 likes. I'm going to have to walk my dog, which is unfortunate because I wouldn't mind being here through lunch if we're going to be in complete and utter panic. But I am going to have to walk my dog. And still they're getting stuck at these flow zones. Trapped between previous week value area low, previous week open, and flow zones right now. New lows coming. That's why I just would not be long today. It's not worth it. It is not worth it. Vic's finding another bid. What is this level on the queues? Big level here. Is this? Already through the 20 days. So mean reversion, been and gone. I missed that. Mean reversion, been and gone. Where's the lower bowl? Lower bowl is right at the top of the trend channel. Where's daily? I'm not going to say that this is out of the question. 330s, not out of the question. Upper bowl, mean reversion, lower bowl, it's not out of the question. Ideally, they do that next week, not this week, not all in one day. But it's not out the question. That's why I say you've got to be very careful thinking about longs up here. How many times do we talk about it? Top bowl, down, top bowl, down. 20 days complete if we stay heavy under 20 days, lower bowl. See it here, 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 here. All right. Learn to see it. It will give you edge. It will give you edge. I'm somewhat surprised, but you know what? They got their exit in the cash market on the spiders. We talked about it. They got their flipping exit, man. They got their exit on the cash market. I will say your free indicator helps me not to trade against the trend. This one here. Yeah. Yeah, printing all red, isn't it? And look how far away that a 21 is. Can afford that drift back up. Look where that 21 is. 25.50, basically. That is the level. It is the level. 25,000, 25,050 is the level. We need to see the volume here. So thin. So thin until we get up to this. And really it's here. So these are the two edges. So thin. My Ninja is frozen. Anyone else? It's completely stopped. Let's shut this down. Maybe just data issues. Oh. Almost there, folks. We still need, what, 14 more likes. 14 more likes. 125 likes on the channel or on this stream, and we're going to do an Apex giveaway. Remember, Apex still 80% off. Code FCT. Everything's down below. You can see it all. It's all there for you. I'll just reset. Does it come back on? No, I've got no data. There we go. It's back. Just be careful, folks. I don't know if that's Tradeify or just a lag on my system, but there was a lag there nonetheless. Here comes the squeeze back up. Lovely. It's what we want to see. Okay. So we're going to watch these kind of areas up here if it can really do that move all the way up. Back towards the 20-day. So QQQ already at the 20-day. Watching if ES can do the same kind of move. How far up there can we get? And where does failure come in, if at all? So short's now trapped at that low. Be watching for some kind of move up here. I'm not getting long in this. I'm not getting long in this, but ideally we want either value, but really we need to see some kind of trade into here and a bull trap over that, and then some failure and a rotation back down into this. This we need to respect now. And if they reclaim this, their squeeze is on. If that was an over panic, a squeeze is on. If they start reclaiming 25,000, 25,100, a squeeze is on. NT was laggy. I'll ask again. Do you show your ATM live with TP and stop loss, or is it for Discord? I only show all that stuff in Discord. I mean, but you shouldn't need it. I give you entries. Like, what else do you need? I find it amazing, like, stuff like that. Yeah, I post my P&L in Discord. I post my entries, but I call them out here live. Giving you all the thesis today. Black window. I don't know what else you want. Like, told you what I was looking for continuation. I've told you where I'm looking for a squeeze to, where I'm looking for a fail for, why I'm not looking for longs. I've given you everything. Here's value area low on the session. All right, there is liquidity above it. ES has got a squeeze potential to the 20-day if it really wants. We are rejecting value area low right now. I want to see it squeeze through this first. They're defending that 900 for now. Lots of wicks up here. Very thin through this. Look at this 900. Very thin through this. They get through that very, very thin up to that 25,000. Back to previous weak point of control here. All right, I'd say buyers will want to defend 790s now. If buyers defend 790s, that'd be their first higher low to go up. All right, so if buyers defend this, right, then we can get a 2-leg. And then maybe from here, we can look for some kind of failure if they offer it. QQQ back to 20-day hit, right on this mean reversion. I want to see buyers defend this for another leg higher so we can get a better price. I want a better price to short. I don't want to short down here. Come on, get up. Get up. Again, I'm not looking to long. I don't want to long this. I want it higher so that bulls come chasing in over 900, and then I want to see some failures above that, ideally. Into 25,000. If we start reclaiming previous week value area high, remember currently we're trading in previous week's value. This is previous week's value. This is what we're trading in at the moment, right? If we reject previous week's value, we're going to come to previous week low, 632. This block here is previous week. Oh, it is there. It's a green line. It's just very hard to see on the screen. It's right here. That's previous week's low. All right, under this new waterfall potential moment or this potential moment. What I'm looking for at the moment is a second leg up into here and then failure. It's thick in here. This is where all those buyers tried to get long and got caught. All right, they tried to bid previous week value area high. They got caught back down to previous week value area low. We want a second leg up into there, ideally, to give us the best possible short location. It might not come, but ideally that's what we want. How long we got left? Oh, I'm going to have to get out of here and walk my dog. Nightmare. Could do my wife walking back in through the door any moment now to help me so I don't have to go out. Oh, almost there, folks. Almost there with the likes. We want this bull flag to be built for a move higher, not too long. I'm not looking to long this. If you nutcases want to do that, it's up to you. I'm not looking to long this. I want it to move higher so I can get a nice short location. So I'm patiently waiting for that move up, for buyers to come flying in over 900 and then them to get absolutely walloped. Okay, here we go. Nice. Get your ass up. Get your ass up. Get your ass up. Somewhere up here, please. So you can see those buyers just came in over the 900s like we talked about. I'd like it to get a bit higher than that. Not just an instant sweep and fail. We want a squeeze out here. Lots of buyers to come in and chase and then failure. No worries, Eric. No worries. Thanks for joining. So sellers right now are trapped under here. This is the level where sellers are trapped. Buyers just came in here, breakout buyers. We want the move here to then sell in an ideal point, in ideal sort of circumstances. Right now, we're defending this low volume edge. This is being defended by sellers. They don't want to let them through here, unfortunately. I like this price because then we get buyers chase, 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 chase. And if they fail here, we get a nice room. We get 200 odd points to trade back downside. So that's what I'm waiting for. That's what I'm waiting for. Not interested in the longs. not in an environment which is risk off, where they've panicked, where the VIX broke out all the way to 22. It's doing about 50% pullback. It's starting to find a bid on the VIX, which will indicate a new move down when it's ready. Okay, my brother-in-law just told me there's insane amount of inside trading went on this morning. He is a head of the firm. So the book looks dirty. All right, let's see. Get your ass up. Get up. No, that's fine, Black. That's fine, Black Window. Don't worry. Look, I can show you. Like, I'm nice and green. I just don't. It's not helpful for any. Everyone gets so obsessed with P&L. It's so irrelevant because what size I'm trading, what account I'm trading, whether I'm trading cash or whether I'm trading prop, or whether I'm daily payouts, or whether I'm trading micros, when I trade, it's all fucking irrelevant, isn't it? What all that matters is your trading ability. Can you read the market and see what the market wants to do? And can you follow, good order flow and get yourself in good positions? That's it. That is it. Can be like some other traders and flash huge P&Ls. Right, here's the pullback. I really want this to hold. If this doesn't hold, it's going to be a pain because it's going to be a much worse risk reward for the shorts. Much worse. No worries, man. Would you give up any of your beginner course at the end of the stream today? I could do the introduction course. I'm not giving away a free main course because that's so undervalued, man. Even at 649 to get indicator, 20 hours of course, Discord, I can't give away that for free. I'm just shooting myself in the foot. But I'll give away the $99 course. We can do one of those. Okay, 800s again trading here. So that's a 100-point rotation straight away in the last 5 minutes. This is the level that bulls need to hold. This is where sellers got trapped. If bulls don't hold this, we'll make a new low of day. But this is the level that they need to hold. Right here, we just talked about this level here. Right, here's the thin volume. They're starting to fail here. Bull can't hold here. We're going to go new low of day. That's kind of it. We would like bulls to hold here and get us up to 25,000. Not because we're bullish, because we want the best risk reward for the short, right? What's messed up about all of this, even though it's a good day, is that Trump posted that news on Truth Social. Oh, that's why I couldn't find it. Oh, that's probably why my brother-in-law is talking about major inside trading. He would have seen the stuff gone through. Ugh. Do they hold this or do they just snap here? They're trying to hold that support system they put in. Remember, we're very bearish overall. We would have liked a nice risk reward, though, wouldn't we? We would have liked it. What indicators? My Flow Zone Pro. All right, this is the system. It's available on my website. I would advise you do the course first so you understand how to use it. How many monitors do I have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Don't need them all, but Bookmap is one. You guys are on one. And then here's my main trading. So I've got a 1 minute, 5 minute on NinjaTrader. And then here I have the 1 minute, the 5 minute, the hourly, and the daily underneath. And then on my left-hand side monitor, so I've just got to zoom these back in so I can see properly. On here, I have the SPY, the ES, the SPY, the QQQ, and the VIX, right? Because those are important in my system. Nice hold from bulls. That's what we want to see. Get your ass up. Get your ass up so we can have a better risk reward, please, Mr. Bull. And don't forget, if you're new to the stream and joining, if you're enjoying how I'm teaching, everything is down below. All the links are down below. If you want to learn my system, how I read the market, everything's down below. You won't regret it. Rejecting previous week point of control here. Okay, liquidity starting to be built out here. Lots of volume starting to be built out here at this point. Moving this value down. Lots of... Let's have a look at this. Bulls need to hold this intraday. This is where we're drifting into. Bulls fail here, this will become available into previous week lows. If bulls hold this, they'll try and get a rotation into this node. We're very thin above 900. Look how thin we are, right? Very thin above 900. If they get through 900, they can get straight up into here, which is what we'd like because we're greedy is the best way of putting it. We want the best possible price. And if you want to support the stream and you don't want to do the course or learn anything like that, you can just use my code. It would be appreciated, all right? Because that money just goes back into producing videos. I now have to hire someone to do the back end of my YouTube and the back and do all the. You'll notice that the what do you call it? Thumbnails look different because I've hired someone to do that now. So I'm having to pay for people now. We're at that point where I can't keep doing everything. I'm having to pay for people. So if you use my code FCT for most platforms, it will work for most prop firms, or if you're using Take Profit Trader, Flow Zone, all one word. 24880 is the 20-day moving average. Yep, pretty much. Yep. That actually mean reversion. Yeah, so we've gone from top Bollinger Band to the 20-day in one single session, probably in about 10 minutes. Building out liquidity here. Market slowed down. Remember, I'm bearish overall. I will remain bearish overall until we reclaim 25,000. We're into lunch. Oh, I've got to take my dog. I've got to take my dog. It's not fair on her. Give it 5 more minutes. It's the hard thing when my wife's away. Oh. Maybe hire a dog water, yeah. Giveaway time. It is giveaway time. You're right. I almost forgot. That'd be very rude of me. All right, let's do that now. Let's give away an Apex account to start. Let's do that. Thank you for reminding me. Gosh, got distracted. Would have been poor, wouldn't it? Very poor form. Let's get it in. All right, you know, the score team, if you want an Apex giveaway, if you want an 80% off accounts, what code do you use? FCT. Type that in chat right now, one time, and we're going to draw a winner. One of you will get a free account from Apex, any size. So just type it in once in chat, FCT. We'll pick that winner and we'll give it 2 minutes or so. When we get that new 5-minute bar, we'll announce it. So just type it once in chat, and then I will give away a free beginner course. All right, give you a free beginner course. We're still building liquidity here. We're dripping lower here, unfortunately. This is not what we want. I mean, It is, but it isn't. You know, we want to move lower, but we want it to move higher first. Because we're greedy. This is where we found bids in this kind of level. We know this is a big level down here. But maybe asking for 25,000 is too much today. They don't want to do it. Into lunch as well, remember. Ugh. One more minute, just over 1 more minute, and we'll draw that winner. Trading back down towards previous week value area low at the moment. Back into that opening gap, the bottom of that opening gap. If we get under that, we're going to go previous week low. Remember, 633s is your target. I don't know if any of you are still holding in this. I'm not in this anymore. I wanted that retrace higher, but we've already started making lower highs, lower lows on the 1 minute after doing that bull trap over 900, which we talked about. I would have liked like a 100-point bull trap. I'm going to be honest. Would have been much nicer if we'd done a 100-point bull trap, but we talked about it. Breakout bulls are stupid. They come in here and they just got that door slammed on their face. This is where buyers will want to hold. This is where shorts got trapped who came late to the party. Right? This is the game of liquidity. This game here, if we trade under this, previous week low. If we get under previous week low, man, I'm going to have to reassess. If we get under previous week low, there is a naked point of control down at 540s. So somewhere down there. Possible. Somewhere possible. All right, let's pull this winner. Let's see who's won today. It will be announced live in chat. If you've... Oh, I should have done it so that if you've won before, you can't win. But let's see. Alibaba, did you just win yesterday? Did you win yesterday? Let me see who won yesterday. We can't do that. But if you didn't win Flow Zone yesterday, then it's okay. It does seem rigged, doesn't it? I'm not going to lie, it does. I'm going to draw another one. Ali, I'll give you that code, but I'm going to draw another one because it's not fair. It's not fair on anyone else. So we're going to give 2 giveaways because I'm kind like that. All right, I'll give you that code. I'll give you a code, but we're going to draw another one now. There you go. Amalabi. I feel like it's the same people winning. We're going to have to do a new way. Okay, Omalabi. So Omalabi and Alibaba, you two message me. Let's give away a free introduction course. So we're going to do... we're going to do a new one in chat. I've even got unique winners on. Amazing. Okay. If you type course now in chat, all you got to do is type course and it will enter you for one of the free beginner courses, $99 courses. Yeah, introduction course. We're typing it in chat now. Just type course. All you've got to do is type course, one word course, not course now. That was me talking. Just type course. It will see you. It will see you. I think if you've done course now, it will still see you. Now I've got to walk the dog. Great end of the week. It's mad, isn't it? We sell hard and I always feel like I underperform. But, man, you have to be quick on the trigger. You had to be quick on that trigger. It didn't really give us the best structure build out, but we got as much as we could. I went right down to micros because the range expansion was so big. So maybe that's why I feel like I've underperformed. But this is really nice. We hit all targets. Previous week point of control, previous week value area low. The only thing left is previous week low if we're going to come for it. We'd much rather a short up here in this location right now. This is where sellers are trapped. We must not get short down here. Way too risky. Maybe the short over 900 was good like we talked about. But really, we wanted this and then that. That would have been about as good as you can get. But hey-ho. All right, I'm going to pull this winner. Winner is Kenneth. Kenneth, let me know you're here. Have you already done the course, Kenneth? If you've already done it, then let's give it away to someone else. But if you haven't, then you are the winner. Just let me know, Kenneth. Are you still here, Kenneth? There you are. Okay. So the winners today, Omalabi, Alibaba, Kenneth, shoot me an email, please. info@flowzonetrader.com. Let me see the back end of your YouTube so I know it's you. And I'm going to sort you all out with your winnings, all right? With what you need. I think that's it for me, folks. I'd love to sit here and continue to trade this. Unfortunately, when my wife's away like this, I have to be on dog duty. Yeah, I mean, it's hard, Troy. I mean, you can't size into these. When we do these puke outs like this, I mean, think about this. This puke out was 5 or 6 minutes long. It's a 560 point puke out, right? And then we build here. This is a 100-point range. So we can't really get involved in this in minis unless you're trading a big account, because the spread at this point actually opened up as well. So if anyone got stopped out, you might be giving 20, 30 points back on top of your stop, right? Because we got very thin. Look how thin we got. So we build out this volume and we break down, all right? So this for me is going to come lower. I want it lower. I just wanted it higher first before we go lower, but hopefully that makes sense. No, I entered here. All right, I was short in these. I was not short in this. It did not slow down for me to enter, all right? Straight down, straight down, straight down. I don't think I got short in any of this. Let me just double check. I don't think I did. Off memory. My brain sometimes goes a bit weird. Control E. I actually got a piece on at 25,150, and then I was adding in 25,073, 81, and then I can see my size comes in at 25,020, and then I add again at 24,938, and then I'm covering from that point on. Yeah, no worries. I can drop that link in here. It is all underneath, but I'll drop it in here. Look, everything you need. Let me just shoot it here. Right, both courses and indicators are all here, right? All the courses and indicators are on the website. So if you go to that website, trading course is the 20-hour course, which comes with a version of the flow zones and access to the Discord. The foundation course is like the beginner course. That's $99. All right, I'll give you a little secret. If you do that the 2-hour beginner course, which goes over some very key principles for newer traders, you get $99 off the main course, the main trading course. All right, so if you do the foundation course, it basically effectively becomes free before you then do the trading course. All right, so a little hint for you guys. How much did I make on these shorts? I'm up 2, 3, 4 and a bit thousand at the moment. 4 and a bit thousand. All right, team, have a great weekend. My advice to you would be not to focus on the longs today. No, the foundation course does not have the Discord. It's only for people that do the 20-hour course. Do not focus on longs today would be my advice, right? Do not focus on longs today. All right, this, before I go, is a strong sell. This is your double bottom. This right now is where buyers are and where shorts are stuck. If we hold this, it's maybe they offer that counter rotation long up to here. This right here is a daily and weekly level. All right. This was what was in the newsletter, the 25,000 to 25,050. All right. This is your over under. All the time we're under here, we are bearish. All right. A retest of that would be absolutely phenomenal. If they manage to do this move here and something like that, that is a short back down, cover point, hold runners. All right. If they reclaim this, which I find somewhat unlikely, but if for some reason they reclaim this, right, that is possible. But I would not get long today. I'd wait for that next week if it's really going to set up, which I find somewhat doubtful given the panic. All right. If you need to see this higher time frame to understand, let's just make it make sense before I leave you, because it's quite a big day here. On your hourly, right, this is the range we talked about today. This is your weekly range. All right. We've failed the top side of the range. We've traded through the range. If we come back and fail the bottom side of the range, aka 25,000, we look for that move down. If that doesn't come today, that's what we're looking for Monday, Tuesday next week. All right. That's what we're looking for Monday, Tuesday next week if it doesn't come today. If this becomes a failed breakout of the bottom side of the range and we reclaim this, guess what? We're going to go back up to the top side of the range. This is sort of your death zone. All right. We're going to call it 25,000 to 25,200. This is your 200-point rotation. We want rejection here to go lower. Reclaim there, trade other side of the range. That's it. That's what the market's offering. Simple as that. All right. Hopefully that makes sense. That's what the market's offering right now. How much is the 20-hour course? 20-hour course is $649. All right. And you get the Discord and version of the flow zones included in that. You can get 10% off right now using code FCT. The newsletter is completely free. All right. Look at all the links underneath in the description, guys. Everything you're asking is all underneath. The newsletter is completely free. It's underneath. Completely free. Or just check the chat. The Nightbot should be posting it. All right. The newsletter is free. Anyone can sign up to that newsletter. All right. It comes once a week at the weekend with what I'm looking for the week ahead. All right. That's me done. That's enough chatting. Enough chatting from Alex today. He's probably bored your ears off, but hopefully you had an amazing day with me. We had a great day. Be kind to each other, be gracious, and have a good weekend. Make sure you get off the charts. Do not get obsessed with being on these charts. It's just trading. It's just a job. There's a whole world out there. Go and be with people you love, friends, family. Get outside, touch the grass. This is not your life. This should be a tiny piece of your life that allows you to do lots of other things in your life. All right. Peace and love, everyone. Trade safe.